So I got this femboy bent over, right? Legs spread. I'm going fucking balls deep. Oh, okay. We're live.
You're high energy today.
We're live.
I love it.
Yeah, why am I high
High
energy?
Vito. Why are you
am I
high energy? I don't know. Why?
I don't know. I feel like I've
What is it? Is it the fire? You
the
just
fire
like the
is
destruction
man,
in the air?
I am mad that I can't get to the fire anymore. It's like they've cut me off from my
Because the
medicine.
National Guard came in?
Yeah. I tried to go up to the fire and there's fucking Humvees everywhere and army guys. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like,
keeping you
the
out.
Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looters, keeping you guys out.
Oh, it's like they're gatekeeping, you know? It's
literally,
like
yes.
all the army guys and the cop guys get to see the fire, but us regular Joes who just want to watch shit burn.
You got a sick. You
'cause
have
that's
a really
all they're
sick
doing.
thing.
What do you mean?
Wanting to see fire, like the pig killing.
I want to see if
You always want to see tragedy. And
we're
stuff.
literally in the midst of like one of the greatest environmental disasters of all time. It's 20 minutes from my house,
right,
and I'm not allowed to watch
it
houses
on TV.
burn. It's not as good. Oh, you're right. All the CNN guys get to go. Oh, I am with CNN.
Why don't you get a badge then?
I thought
like at least go.
I was going
pretend to get a badge and go up there.
I said if I got like a windbreaker and a VNN fucking like box for the microphone, I just we're just VNN local news. We just we're talking to some of the, I would probably have to get in by being like, oh, can I ask you about what you've seen out here? And the National Guard guys probably want to be on TV. They don't get to be on TV all the time. I need a cameraman.
Yeah.
And then after I talked to him, I go, well, we really appreciate what you guys are doing. So we're just gonna go up here, get some B-roll. That's cool.
This is like how it sounds in your head, and then when you get out, like it sounded great in my head when I went to the food bank and lied and schmoozed my way in. But when I got there, they were like, "Where do you live?" And I was like, I don't know." Like, like Mr.
They asked for an address?
Well, that's what I thought. So I was trying to think of an address, but then they're like, "What zip code?" And I'm like, "I don't know that either." One of the ones around here.
You should have just said, yeah. What? Well, you're trying to pretend you're homeless or just like destitute?
Just that I wanted free food.
You thought if you gave them the zip code of your...
I thought I could just walk in and walk out with food. They're dealing with like mental patients, crack addicts.
Well, did you end up getting anything from there?
Yeah, and it sucked. It was all like wilty. It's not fit for human consumption.
Was there a lot of it though?
There was a lot of food going bad.
I mean,
it was like it was like somebody dumped out at Trader Joe's, a dumpster.
Look, I can't even say like there's no reason to be upset with you because like it's literally food they're gonna throw out anyway. There's a shit ton.
There's always reason. Don't do that. There's always reason to be upset.
Okay,
it's free food that I'm in deservement of, and they're not giving me good stuff.
Right.
They're waiting till the very. This was expired on Christmas Day, and it was already 7 days late. You're telling me it took 7 days to get from the Trader Joe's to this church parking lot that I'm at?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Drop it off a day early before it expires.
Did you get anything to use from the
like powdered mashed potatoes, which I'm excited about?
Why'd you take that?
What do you mean?
What do you mean you're excited about it? Why are you excited?
Because you add water and then it turns into mashed potatoes.
Have you had powdered mashed potatoes?
Probably.
Dude, they're fucking terrible. They're not good at all.
Oh, it's cool.
It's not.
I like
cool.
the idea of it.
Hey, you're kind of detached a little bit. I've noticed.
Detached?
Powdered
from
mashed
what?
potatoes is exciting for you.
I don't. I usually have real potatoes.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like
Richie
powder's
Rich.
like exciting. It's not rich to have a fucking potato.
It's a little bit. Mom's got time to cook. Mom's got time to peel the potatoes and boil the potatoes. She's not working a second job. All right. I'm glad you get to experience.
So what? Your mom didn't have mashed potatoes?
No, we probably mashed potatoes now and again.
Okay.
My mom.
So who the fuck are you telling me about?
I'm just saying, when I lived my bachelor lifestyle, I'm sure I had some boxes of instant mashed potatoes. I wasn't like, ooh, what an experience.
That's fun.
Let's see what the common man is eating.
And they gave bouquets of flowers, and they were like all wilted as shit. So I'm like, this is a little bit
flowers.
This is a little bit like metaphorically bad for you
Yeah.
guys to be giving out already wilting flowers.
What happened to
That could
that
have gone
app?
in the trash.
Is that app still giving away good stuff, or is it all trash?
What are you talking about?
That app where you can get all the stuff they throw out at the end of the night.
I got burned. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to make my better.
I got burned by that one.
Yeah.
I showed up. I paid the $3, and the guy gave me a paper bag full of limes that were hard as a rock and a magazine, an
I
LA
think you were
Life,
telling me that one.
with all black people on the cover. Here we go. There it is. Set the clock.
What was I going to say? When my sister used to work at Panera, I hate to say it, my dad found out that at the end of the night, all the Panera stuff went to the homeless.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you're there as they're, like, putting it in bags. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, well, grab some shit.
Yeah.
She's like, well, it goes to the homeless. He's like, I don't care. Give me some fucking bread.
Yeah,
give me some fucking pastries.
Some stuff.
So my dad strong-armed my sister to bring home bags.
That's what I want, but I had to go through the church
shift.
to get it, which was bullshit, I think.
Yeah. No, the end of the night, Panera pastries were pretty good.
All right. You ready to do a
Homeless weren't
show?
gonna eat that shit. Yeah, let's do a show.
Where are we at in this Ralphless world? Where are
the Ralph mail is lost to us. We'll see if he returns a different man.
Let's get Ralph the White back. Not the Ralph mail.
I mean,
Let's get Gandalf.
I don't know what I can do because, for you and Ralph, it's like off the rails. Like me, I'm on thin ice because I'm like, at any point, Ralph could burn the bridge between me and him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a man who it's hard to keep his friendship.
All right.
We've had spats in the past.
You and Ralph?
Yeah, at one point he turned on me, and then
he called you a pedophile.
Yeah, well, I mean, who hasn't done that at this point? But, and then we come back to each other, and then he gets mad at me, and he calls me a pedophile again. He did it, last week. And then I DM with him, and he's like, it's fine. You're not really a pedophile.
No, it's not fine.
And I'm like,
it's
stop.
Not fine. It's not fine. It's not.
He's going a little hard and going I don't know what. I think I said to you, Ralph's kind of in a different reality right now.
He's in. Well, hopefully yes.
Yeah, and we'll see. We'll see where he lands after
reality.
rehab.
Yeah. All right.
Let's do a show. Let's do a show. Wow. Biggest problem in the universe.
Welcome to the biggest problem in the universe, the only show that ranks every problem in the universe, from people refusing to change, the magic cards up in flames. I'm your host, Nick Masterson. Joining me as always is Vito Links.
Still have that burnt cradle.
How was your
sad? So sad.
How was your time with the card? Did you see if you could get it graded or anything like that?
I have not seen if I can get it graded. I don't think PSA will grade half a card.
No?
I could be wrong.
Well,
you know what? Maybe I'll send out some messages to some of the grading services and be like, "Will you encapsulate this?" I think PSA would send it back with a will not. Well, I don't know.
No, they send back everything because I wanted to get a bunch of PSA 1 Garbage Pail Kids cards.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd just get them and scratch them up and shit and get them graded.
And they wouldn't even grade them to give you a 1.
Well, then now they know that
people want
a 1, so they'll send back it as a 2 marked. It'll be just
fucking cocksuckers, man. See, I was gonna say that they wouldn't grade something like that, but then there's there's a CGC graded the price from an Action Comics 1. Some kid at some point cut up the cover for a scrapbook.
Okay.
And just the thing that says issue number 1, 1 nickel or whatever. For some reason was on this random collage that some kid made back in the 40s.
Okay.
And someone's like, that's from Action Comics number 1.
And that
the first
got graded?
appearance. Yeah, and there's a grade. Somebody paid $100,000 for a cutout rectangle of the price of Action Comics number 1.
That's dumb.
So if they'll grade that,
yeah,
I don't know.
I
don't
think they will.
I don't think they will.
We talked about you making it a prize at our Magic tournament.
I think that if we want to have the Magic tournament, obviously the fact that California is
I'm hearing it doesn't sound good, the audio.
Okay, hold on.
It does not sound good. I'm hearing it sounds good and it sounds great. What is it, guys?
Test 1, 1, 2. This is me talking in a loud voice. The Magic tournament. Obviously, the fact that California is
I'm
on.
hearing it doesn't sound good. It sounds.
What
does that sound fine?
Okay
what
to
the
me.
hell is that?
Does anyone have any audio issues? Or any of us peaking
Holy
right
shit!
now?
It does not sound good. What the hell?
Who's saying that?
Sounds all right.
Lemon Trashy says sounds all right.
Audio is good. All right.
Maybe somebody's. Am
I getting fucked with here?
Everybody
It's
in the
fine.
chat says it's fine. Maybe they have their speakers turned up too much. Whoever's listening to it.
Okay. We sound like we're in a Rite Aid intercom. Really?
Well, literally everyone in the chat says it sounds fine, dude. Look, you have 5,000 people saying it sounds good. So
no, it sounds good.
There's not a single person complaining.
I am
dude, every time you guys don't understand.
Every time people fuck with me on the audio, it's so what the fuck? You're getting one guide. Audio is fine.
Yeah, but you're having like an existential crisis about the audio because every time I come over
because
here,
it's
you're
impossible
fussing with that
to fix.
Yeah,
It's compressed or whatever, fucked up, and then I can't.
200 people saying it's fine, so I'm going to assume it's fine. I was going to say we were planning out the inaugural Biggest Problem Magic tournament, and then obviously the fact that California is on fire means that people who are from out of state who want to travel.
I'm going to blow my fucking brains out with this audio. I can't.
It's fine. The audio's fine.
Good sound. What happened to the audio?
We're probably going to do the Magic tournament after the whole fire
once we
thing
rebuild
is dealt
it,
with.
when Trump gets all the stuff he wants from California, and we rebuild it to, his specifications.
Which is sad because there's some good sets coming out, but there'll be more sets. Maybe it'll be cleared up in time for Ether Drift. And the Gaia's Cradle, I think, is going to be our trophy if we do the
I
Biggest
remember. That's
Magic
why I
tournament.
started saying
That's
that.
why you started talking about it.
All right. Are we ready for
A show? Yes.
people not changing?
Wait, who is that in reference to? Well, I mean, they have. I mean, they're trying to change, I guess.
People not changing.
People not changing. I can't believe I won.
Power outages was next.
Wow, the two toppers.
Arson denial. I guess that's kind of an LA problem.
Yeah.
And then disaster tourism was way, way down.
Was negative or way down? So that means people enjoy disaster. I saw a lot of people saying, Dick, how can you give shit to Vito for taking these incredible photos of him posing in front of burnt buildings?
With that guy on Reddit?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of guys like that.
Shithead on Reddit?
Hey, it was a negative fucking problem. That means everybody supports what I do.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. I was mad. I'm so mad that they cut me off from my medicine, man.
The fire
You didn't
sounds
watch?
acceptable, but you guys sound exactly the same. What does that mean?
That's the show.
That
What are you gonna do? Well, we sound the same.
I'm gonna
Dick.
fucking
That's
lose
the
it.
problem.
I'm really gonna
Our audio
fucking lose
is very
it.
Similar, which is a big problem.
Okay.
How often do you get to see a building on fire? Not often.
Too much.
I told you I have those dreams about nuclear hellfire engulfing me and all of LA. So this is my way of getting to see it. It's like getting to witness a fucking the end of days.
Yeah.
It's the closest I'm getting to the eventual heat death of my own universe.
But why do you like that? Why do you want that so badly?
Because we all live in this little constructed fantasy. Okay, what is it?
No, you do.
What's that?
We don't.
What's that Hearst guy, that artist? The incomprehensibility of death in the mind of someone living or whatever, where it's like...
What are you talking about? The shark
The
hanging
shark.
in the air?
We are the shark.
Don't say the whole thing like that's the title that everyone uses. It's just a shark in a box. It's not the incomprehensibility of art and the nature of being.
Shark
it's
in a
just
box.
a fucking shark in a
That's the
box.
name of the art
Wow, I
piece.
never seen no shark in no box before. Look at that. It's fucking stupid.
You know they had to replace the original shark because they didn't seal it right?
Because they used the wrong preservative.
Yeah, it was just rotting away.
Rotting,
Which almost
falling
adds
apart.
to the poignance of
It
it.
was just a big blob. Yeah.
The point is that we live in this constructed fantasy where it's like, I'm going to live forever. Nothing bad's ever going to happen to me, and everyone I know is going to live forever, and there's a God, and we all get to live forever there with hymns, with harps and shit.
You live in that
And
fantasy.
then you drive up the street, and the fucking world's on fire. And you go, huh.
Who do you deal with
Interesting.
every day?
Interesting.
What's your social
It's almost
circle
like this constructed fantasy that has been fed to me by the corporations and the advertisers and the government all falls away the second you realize that fire can just take it.
We
in
are
an
all
instant.
well aware of that.
Yeah, but you don't want to see it?
No, it's somebody's
I
house.
want to see it. It's cool.
I'm glad that my house didn't get torched.
No,
but
because you're still thinking about it and like, oh, but what if that's the thing. It doesn't matter. It is all gonna burn anyway.
no, it's not.
This is gonna burn.
No, it's not gonna burn.
Everyone's gonna rot and die, and the nukes are gonna fall from the sky. And for one brief shining moment, like a diamond, it strikes you between the fucking eyes, and you can see in 4D, and you go, "Oh, I get it now." And then you take a little selfie to remind yourself of that.
Of what?
The beauty.
That's
Of the
the
destruction.
beauty of it. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's what your fire tourism
The
is all about.
constant, the light against the darkness. For each star that is birthed, how many stars must die? And then you get to see a rich guy's house go.
None? Yeah, that's what I think you're looking at. Rich people's houses.
And then you get to look and see if there's like any cool Nintendo games in there, that somebody left behind.
The audio sounds really tinny. Okay. Fuck it. You know what? I'm fixing it.
What is tinny?
Fuck it.
None of these people care.
I'm fixing it.
All right, untinny my audio.
Fuck this. I don't even care now. I don't even fucking care.
How are you gonna fix it? You don't even know what's wrong with it.
Well, I changed stuff. And now I'm unchanging
Literally,
it.
like 200 people said it was fine. One guy said it was tinny, and another person said we sound the same. Just leave it alone. Gideon says the audio is underwater. Are we underwater?
The audio's underwater. Yeah.
Okay.
It's driving me fucking crazy. I can't take this. I can't take this audio engineering anymore. I'm gonna blow my fucking.
Mateo says the audio is good. If only we had an engineer.
It's just everything like went bad.
In
as soon as Sean left, everything went off.
Maybe his ghost is.
Now it sounds fine. He says Vito sounds high. Thank you. Yeah.
Vito sounds high.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he meant that I sound as if I'm. Yeah. Now you're muted. It's fine. Look, it's fine. Now somebody's saying the audio is so above water.
Check. Okay, it's fine.
We'll get through a show. I mean, God, have you ever listened to an internet YouTube show?
They sound awful.
Yeah, they all sound awful.
It's unlistenable.
Here's the idea, guys. If you leave a $50 super chat, then we will adjust the audio levels.
I know he did. Okay. Banana Stan says, wow, that was truly poetic, Dick. Vito taking pictures of burnt buildings to his magic card being burned. Full circle shit. Reefer Conway says...
I should have seen that coming. It was too on theme.
It was Riley.
As punishment for my love of the flame, I had to watch something I love be destroyed in the fire. I don't actually know if you thought it through that far, but it was pretty good.
Okay. James, Reefer Conway, that's a priceless piece of biggest problem memorabilia. James Souther says, greatest ending to a show ever. A Togi Myth says Vito becoming radicalized because his Funko Pop collection almost being destroyed is hilarious. Donut says rip card. Puss Bag says best episode ever. My tears from laughter could stop the fires.
I saw some people
pretty impressive
from the magic community going, who are these jokers?
I have that.
This is supposed to be funny. This is funny.
Smog UKA says, so either this is a proxy cradle or these guys only care about content. Either way, this was a dumb idea for clicks and views.
Okay,
Make some real content instead of doing these types of stunts and pranks. I bet you two make less money from this than the actual value of a Gaia's cradle.
Oh,
which in turn, if it was real, means this was a waste of time and money. Congrats. You all lost this viewer from even continuing you content, and I'm betting I'm not the only one. So the thing we've been talking about doing for a year.
Yeah, the bit that has
lost
been
the viewer.
Constant, like the whole time you heard, like, I will destroy what's in this box depending on what happens.
And I hope it's the Gaia's cradle.
And were you just sitting around going, well, if he does that, actually, I'm gone. You had a lot of time to leave. I will say this, guys. This is the official PSA. So it is PSA sealed from the eBay.
Yeah,
people.
That could be anybody's, though. You know,
it's not a proxy. I still have half the card. We can put it under a microscope.
Put it under a microscope. They want to.
It's signed by the fucking guy.
It's half signed now.
Yeah.
Eldritch Beauty, Vito's Booty Destruction. Since there's been a preponderance of Funko Pops and they're inadequately destroyed with a hammer, I suggest a cleaver or a blender be added to properly destroy things.
I mean, I would not mind if the hammer was retired and replaced with...
Me too, but...
Yeah, but you're going to replace it with something more horrific and violent. Like, that hammer is... It's not even like... Do people see how big that hammer is? It's not like a regular hammer. It's
It's a bigger hammer.
Yeah, it's...
It's a powerful hammer.
Well,
it's the smallest hammer I have, though.
I don't like it. It's too much. If anything, at this point, I'm more worried about I dislike the hammer than the smashing of the toy.
So you better get on the scale then. Either way, Martin says Vito states that life is absurd, and that's why he doesn't care about people's houses being burned down, and then proceeds to have a meltdown about a Magic the Gathering card being destroyed. Please bring Vito's sister on the podcast, as she could potentially reveal what childhood traumas have stunted Vito's development. Does that nice pitch
to bring my sister on?
Yeah, about the stunted development and those sorts of things?
What childhood traumas would my sister report on? I don't know.
You don't know?
We had a perfectly normal upbringing. It's probably not true.
Mac Delirious, the best payoff to a bit I've ever seen. Okay. Teeny Fats.
I'm glad I'm still people are like, oh, people are like, oh, his reaction is fake, and I'm like, I'm just like, I was just looking at it like there's nothing I can do, you know?
Yeah.
I can't say
it still looks
I
fake.
can't say don't burn it because that's not the bit.
You did say that though.
Well, because I don't want you to, but I also knew that was like, it's like a guy being led to the execution chamber. Okay, are you gonna go? Are you gonna go? Well, this is just.
Well, what are you gonna do? That's the question.
Well, you found out.
Okay, that's.
I don't know why people. It's not fake. It's just like, the hideous, crushing realization that you never get what you want.
You can't negotiate your way out of it.
No, exactly.
Okay. John Vito's whole. It's just a bit. Nothing matters. Who cares? None of this matters. It's only for me. Spiral is embarrassing for him because he knows what he's doing is shitty. Like Super Killer will be. Can't wait for the excuse. Okay. Blah blah blah.
I like Super Killer. And I like my other comic book, which people were giving me shit about.
What other comic book?
I'm working on my exciting World War II comic book.
Already? You've already announced this?
No. I mentioned it on the show a little bit. I haven't said what it is yet. I just said I started writing a second project.
You started writing it because of Yellow Flash is gay.
Yeah, well.
What do you mean, zhuzh?
I'm just saying.
This is World War II based.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see if I can get it done.
Okay. Big.
Super Killer is still the priority.
What does that mean?
It means that's what I'm.
In what way?
It means
it a priority?
that needs to get done before anything else happens.
Okay. Big says Vito forgot to mention the worst part of a power outage: no air conditioning. 3 days.
I did forget to mention that. That is true.
3 days of it being 110 degrees Fahrenheit in your house and nothing to do, and you're about ready to tear your own skin off, and you can't even sleep through it because it's too damn hot to sleep. Not even a fan to move air around a little bit.
Yeah, the last time the power really went out for a couple days, it was in the midst of like California summer, and I didn't know what to do with myself. It was horrific.
Which of your comics is going to come out first, do you think?
Well, they're all kind of exist in the ether. So they'll all just kind of be out and around.
They're just the idea of them will exist.
The idea of them
forever
is out there
together.
I don't know, man. Super Killer's looking pretty good. I'm excired.
Okay.
I know there's only so many times.
Do you think it's coming before the baby? Do you think it'll be here before the? No.
Nah. Maybe next year. 2026 we'll get it out.
Who's we?
Whoever's still around.
Are you and Ralph gonna get it out?
No, I'm working on it every day, and
Okay. Well, that's the end of my comments.
I'm feeling pretty confident.
Okay. That's all I need to hear.
There's just always something to do.
What do you mean? Like going on streams and
I only went on there for like a couple hours.
Asking Milo if he was raped.
Well, I do want to make sure I have that story right. Like he was raped, right?
You raped him on that stream.
I'm pretty sure he was raped.
I watched it happen.
Yeah. Well, he got raped the second time.
He was right in the middle of his absolutely fabulous routine as you did your trademark stumping.
It's a very convoluted situation.
Uh-huh.
So obviously Ralph is he's going into rehab, which is good, and we appreciate that.
It's wonderful, yeah.
Okay, he's blown up at you. He's upset with you because something about you guys were going to do a show, and then you didn't do a show, whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess and then he started coming at me for some reason, because for some reason he felt he couldn't attack you directly, so he had to attack me. That was how this all started. And then I went, Ralph, shut the fuck up. And he's like, yeah, you're right. So then I've been DMing with him, and he's like,
oh, you have been?
Yeah, well, yeah. I was DMing with him, and he's like, hey, we're going to go on this Jesse guy's show, and we're going to get him. And I'm
Get
like,
me?
no, we're gonna get Jesse apparently. And I'm like, well, how?
Honestly, I can't even pay attention. To
I
this right
didn't
now.
understand
I
it
don't care.
at all. And then that's how I ended up on that stream talking to him and Milo and the plan to
Lockjaw Milo.
The plan to get somebody or do something apparently went out the window because some lady came to Ralph 10 minutes before the show and she went, well, actually, Dick's a bad guy. So Ralph rethought his entire thing. And yeah, that was and then I got to talk to Milo Yiannopoulos. I don't think I've ever talked to Milo Yiannopoulos before.
Was it a memorable experience?
No, it was
Did you get
awful.
that he was gay and cheeky?
Well,
Johnny, you're so gay and cheeky. Yeah. Amazing.
The way he just kind of like steamrolls everything and not in an entertaining way.
That's called meth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because then Ralph was like, then he started doing this thing where he's like, and then I'm going to do a podcast with Ethan Ralph Meyers. We're just going to do a podcast together. Yes. And I was like, well, first of all, you're not going to do a podcast with him.
Secondly, you're terrible.
Secondly, there's
terrible.
No way you could co-host with anyone because you just talk over everybody with
about
your
nonsense.
incessant yapping. Yeah, it's awful.
Everything is cocks and whatever.
I heard that Dick Masterson dresses as a cow, me did.
So then I'm getting fucked in the ass and I'm doing drugs in the mouth, and then I suck at the cock and I take the drugs in my ass. Isn't that cheeky, darling? Isn't that wonderfully cheeky, darling? You know, I'm from back in the UK where it's absolutely...
He's too fat to do that routine anymore.
Also, it's like, I was really disappointed because I was like, I kind of remember when like internet blood sports like kind of felt like interesting, like there was new drama that was like kind of fun.
Yeah.
And now it's like, what if this washed up F slur who hasn't been relevant in like a decade was going at Dick for
and has been doing drugs and cock for 8 years straight, apparently.
Then all of a sudden, after doing all sorts of debauched homosexual bullshit, suddenly is like, I heard this guy
Turns straight out
is
of
a cow.
cheekiness.
I heard he's a
I'm
cow.
so
and I'm like,
cheeky for the...
I don't think he's a cow, man. He's like, no, I heard he's a cow. I heard he's a cow. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. So that was fun.
His wife's one too. Okay.
Yeah, everybody's a cow, I guess.
They're both? That's odd. Doesn't really fit.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Why would
It was
both
like
of
in
you be
Happy
a cow?
Gilmore when he goes, me and Veronica got it on. No, you didn't. Like, well, you could have met that scene. That was you.
Well, I was waiting for like, Ralph's like, oh, I'm turning on Dick and I got the goods. And I'm like, well, what are the goods? And he's like, he's a cow. And I'm like, I don't think that's as exciting.
You've heard that
as you
one
want it to
already,
be.
man.
Well, yeah, then the other thing is somebody asked them, they're like, well, is it this? And they link those like stupid, because you guys went to that rave, right?
Yeah.
And what, you had like the pajamas they sell on Amazon or whatever?
The New Year's Eve rave?
Yeah.
I have pictures of that rave.
Yeah, and he's going.
It was actually a New Year's Eve.
Well, he's going.
hootenanny.
He's going. Dick, an '80s girl, have fucking cow fursuits. And then someone goes, "Is it this $12 pair of like costume pajamas you can buy on Amazon?" He's like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Well, that's not a fursuit, man. That's like a thing you wear to a fucking party because it's funny."
I will release the photos.
Yeah,
I will release those New Year's Eve photos.
people dress up for raves, right?
I will release those photos.
Right.
If Null can do one push-up.
Oh, come on. That's impossible.
I will
It's a
release, if
stupid
Null
bargain.
can do one push-up, I will release the photo of me and my wife.
You know why
At
he
New
can't
Year's
do a push-up.
Eve,
It is completely unreasonable
I
for
promise.
you to ask him to do
I
a push-up.
promise. If he wants the photo out.
Why does Null engage with his forum when they're like, hey, Null, calories in, calories out? Ah, shut up! Shut up! I know! Shut up!
Yeah. Okay. Are we going to do any?
Yeah, let's do a voted up type
Okay,
situation. Anyway, Ethan Ralph's getting sober, and I don't know what's coming out of that.
Well,
Let's hope.
hope for the best.
Hope for the best.
Hope for the best.
Him and Milo are going to do a shitty podcast that
From-
will last one
from far
episode
away.
until they realize Milo is fucking insufferable.
I did Milo's show once, a long time ago.
He had a show?
He had a podcast for a minute.
Did he have a co-host?
No, I showed up and it was just me and like his producer bullshitting because he was like an hour late. And the guy said, yeah, he's always an hour late, which obviously is why he's done nothing but fail for 8
Milo's
years
really
straight.
dumb, right?
I don't know that because of his accent.
I mean, this is a problem I should have brought. You know what? I should have brought in this problem this episode. Maybe I will bring it in.
Okay.
Maybe I'll save it.
All right.
But I'll say
Is it
this.
going to be the Arrested Development problem?
No, it's going to be the accents are a shortcut to sophistication problem.
That's where she's retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do a vote it up,
All
and then
right,
we'll
here
do
we
that.
Whoa, Vito, you stink, get a washing machine. Whoa, don't kill yourself if your child is a girl. Vote it up, please go to biggest problem. That show.
Vito with your family.
Vote it up, just go to biggest problem. That show.
Or Brock, Tony, will come again.
Vote it up, just
Frog
vote
Tony
it
there.
up. Vote it up, just vote it up. I wanna fuck Goofy and have him suck my dick.
Who?
His little pussy.
Oh, wait, who does he want to fuck?
His little pussy.
That was a great one. Was that Reckon?
That was Reckon.
Good
yeah.
old Reckon.
Thank you, Reckon.
Thank you, Reckon, for
Wonderful.
leading us into everybody's favorite
Wonderful.
bit. Vote it up, where we talk about past problems, put them in a new light. Can you go to my Twitter? I have a video I
Oh,
wanted
God.
to watch.
Wonderful.
Real quick, some exciting stuff going on. We actually have a couple things related to this topic tonight. Tonight we may have the Dick Masterson PSA grade reveal. Is that possible?
Yeah, you got the Pokemon cards there.
The
If
Pokemon
people
cards. Dick has sent how many cards to be graded?
10. All right, what am I looking for here?
Here, I'll get it. Dick has sent 10 Pokemon cards to be graded. We're going to find out the grades tonight. Because, guys, Pokemon card frenzy is at an all-time high. Right now, the new Pokemon release of the 151 Blooming Waters Premium Collection has launched. Though officially slated for release on February 7th, that's a ways
Okay.
off, some
Yeah.
Costco locations began selling the set early, leading to chaotic scenes. Costco, you can't release the Pokemon early, you're going to cause a frenzy. In Los Angeles, a physical altercation even erupted as customers vied for the limited stock. And we have video of this. This is, guys, the Pokemon card scalping from episode number 1. One of our very first problems.
Okay. Let's
This
hear
was
it.
like my first problem.
Stop! Stop!
Oh, he fucking elbowed him.
Yeah, hit him.
And that Asian guy is still holding on.
He's reaching around the back. This is how I got thrown into the boulder. in
Yeah,
Netflix.
exactly.
Somebody grabbed or somebody.
That's the exact same
popped up
thing,
in front of me.
scenario.
Yeah.
So let me be
Okay,
clear.
okay.
This collection being sold at Costco is priced at $60 and has been reselling online for $120 to $150.
Okay.
Okay. So for $60 in profit, you're gonna go beat the shit out of people at a Costco? Look, I would understand if you're like could get like 10 or 20 of them, but clearly that guy's fighting over like 2. Like, oh, I really got to make $100. I really got to make $100. We still have that one Pokemon card.
Is it
scalper.
$100? Is it
That's-
really?
For profit, it's $60.
Yeah.
And if you resell it for $120,
Okay.
you're gonna make $60 profit on each one. But these guys are only getting 1 or 2. And they're fighting over them, like, oh my god, I gotta get that $60. I gotta get that 60. Go drive Uber.
I
for
think
a
they just
couple
want
hours.
the Pokemon card.
It's coming
like it's
out. It's
something-
coming out on February. Just wait till February.
If they had a $100 bill on the ground, it'd be fine. But just put Pokemon on it, and they go nuts.
I don't understand the look. The guys scalping this can't be making that much money. It's like what is it? Didn't they do that breakdown of drug dealers and find out that they're all making less? And if they
Less
just
than
had a minimum wage job at Burger
yeah, they're
King,
making like nothing.
they're like, yeah, you're risking everything out on the line, putting your body on the line for Pokemon cards, where you can just work any fucking job and make money.
They want to be a gangster. They want to be a
Or,
Pokemon gangster.
As I've already said, you got $60. Why don't you buy a fucking stock and just sit on it instead? The scalpers, man.
no one wants $100 worth of stock.
Just do what I did. I went on a website and it said pre-order the new set, $100 a box. I said okay. I bought some of the new box and I waited for it to show up at my house.
Is that happening at the Asian Costco by you?
I would think that you know what? I actually need to make it to the Asian Costco because I've heard the Lord of the Rings magic cards might be finally getting clearanced out. I don't know why Costco's been selling Magic cards. Who's buying Magic cards at Costco?
They're fighting to death over
Pokemon, not Magic.
Oh, it's all the same
No,
shit.
it's not. The Magic community is not nearly as... The Magic...
Zealous?
Honestly, I wish the Magic kids were as zealous, but the Magic cards look like shit.
Wait a minute, I have a Pokemon. Oh, you know what? I'll play it after. An imam has weighed in on
Oh,
Pokemon. Somebody got an imam
fantastic.
to weigh in on Pokemon.
Anyway, guys, I guess the point is don't go rushing to the Costco hoping to get the Blooming Waters Premium Collection because everybody's already beaten the shit out of themselves and their neighbors to get one.
Okay.
Pokemon card scalping currently number 500 with, get this, 151
Vote it up.
votes. I think you should keep it at 151. That's the perfect Pokemon number.
Okay, cute.
Do whatever you feel. Yeah, vote it across the board.
So don't vote it. Don't
do
vote
whatever
on it.
feels
All
right.
Keep it at 151.
All right, I got one other problem for you, Dick. From episode 35, this is the problem of kink shaming. Now, we all love popular internet streamer Bo Blacks.
That's what happened to me. So I go to a New Year's
Right,
Eve.
you're getting kink
Hoot
shamed.
nanny.
And our good friend Bo
Julie
Blacks.
was dressed as a farmer.
Everybody was having wild furry sex at
Wild.
this Las Vegas
Not
furry
furry
rave.
sex. It was all farm stuff.
Well, what happens in Vegas is supposed to stay in Vegas.
$80 a ticket.
Yeah.
Show up as your favorite barnyard. It's like it was the U.S. Acres.
Oh, USA
Rave.
themed rave?
Yeah, in Vegas. Said, honey, we gotta go. We gotta go to Vegas and do the U.S.
gonna go
Acres
as
farm rave.
I'm going to go as Eric Larson. I'm going to have cow tools. I'm going to be the guy who brings the cow tools.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds believable, right?
Well, Dick, from episode 35, we have the problem of kink shaming. And popular internet streamer and former Biggest Problem guest Bo Blacks is currently experiencing this himself after inadvertently revealing the existence of his OnlyFans account during a live stream.
He's having a rough time.
Here's what I don't get is I've been live streaming for a long time, and I've never had any email addresses or any, remember when Vosh showed his horse porn folder? I go, how do you even do that?
Well, these guys are streaming all the time, and they're
guess,
also
yeah.
looking at porn all the time.
That's true.
Like
Bo Blacks is gooning, and I know it's happening.
And so it's kind of impossible to keep them apart, honestly.
Well, the revelation quickly became a trending topic on social media, with users expressing surprise and sharing their reactions. One user tweeted, "Seeing Bo Black's OnlyFans nudes wasn't on my 2025 card."
He has nudes out there, too? He's got OnlyFans as, like, a lady?
He set up a lady OnlyFans. But the weird thing is that he called it something really, normally I would think if it's a trans lady's, OnlyFans, you want to be like, sexy babe cock, or like hot lady or something. His was Mr. He She, and it was like a dude with a beard wearing a dress. And
No, that's a vibe. That some of them do.
Who's jerking off to that?
Believe it or not.
A guy with like a 5
There's
o'clock shadow
there's like
in
a Knuckles
dress?
toilet with Sonic shitting in it. Somebody's jerking off to it.
Is that real? The Knuckles
Yeah,
toilet?
Sonic is a toilet, or Knuckles is a toilet.
I've
Like their
seen
mouth
those
like
pictures.
this.
I guess I should have assumed
That wasn't made as a joke.
I thought that was made as a joke.
No.
Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh wait,
You
no,
could
that's
never make a
definitely-
joke that good. Like fucking the medallion.
Yeah.
You could never make that on purpose.
The becoming a toilet thing is an interesting. Milo knows a lot about that. That was what I was trying to talk to him about. I was like, "There's a lot of that in your community."
When I saw you and Milo, I'm like, Milo has no idea what's in store for him, because he's like he floats by on like being a cheeky conservative against leftists who are like
afraid to say the F slur.
Yeah, it's like Vito's not afraid of these things.
No,
and then you go, "Hey, were you really raped by a priest?" And he goes,
he really did get taken aback.
He ratatouilleed into being raped. He was remembering being raped. And when you said it, I was like, oh my God.
And what was also funny was when I was like, oh, this is Milo's big second act. And then he went, oh, you're just repeating what you said on Twitter. And I'm like, oh, I haven't seen anyone say that on Twitter. It's actually really embarrassing that
you have
people are saying that so much that you think anyone saying it isn't like.
There is no second
hearing it
act.
from
They're
other
saying it as
people.
a joke. You're like a retard.
Milo's not getting a second. What would Milo do?
What, Milo? What was the strategy with Kanye? Are you the one who thought of putting him in a fucking gimp suit where you can't hear him talk into the microphone on Alex? Was that your brilliant idea? Hey, Kanye, let's get your voice out.
Yeah.
No, let's put a fucking sock in your mouth so no one can understand you. Brilliant.
Well, when I was trying to talk about Milo being unintelligent,
how's the Nick Fuentes war going?
Well, I brought that up.
Nothing is quite as pathetic as calling your shot and then just walking out, pulling your pants down, and everyone laughing at your small dick.
Yeah, Milo fighting with Nick Fuentes has been embarrassing. I was gonna say, if you ever want to see,
another middle-aged man, who's taking down Nick Fuentes. Oh boy,
and him going,
really
I'm
that.
not gay anymore. I bet I could impregnate a lady faster than you, Nick Fuentes. And I'm like, that's the gayest thing anyone's ever said.
Is there like a gay bar that told you that's funny?
Oh, look at me, darling. I'm signing a contract that I'm gonna impregnate a woman, and by that I mean a man's ass. And Nick Fuentes has to impregnate a woman too. And I can't believe it's just so droll and funny. Look at this, everyone, and I'm gonna count it every day until either Nick Fuentes impregnates someone or I do. Oh, isn't that marvelous? Isn't that marvelous?
No,
I don't know what Milo could do that anyone would want to watch because he's not entertaining.
Shoot himself in the head.
Yeah, well, that shtick is like the side character shtick of like, ooh, I'm just a posh gay idiot.
Just dress normally. You're too fucking fat to have style.
Yeah,
you look like Terry Bradshaw, like a gay Terry Bradshaw.
See, it was a fun gimmick when Trump was new and exciting, and the stereotype was everybody who supports Trump is a redneck hillbilly.
Yeah, it was fun then.
Here's this little gay twink, and you go, oh, okay, that's funny, the contradiction and whatever else, but like, that's not. We already did that.
It's old.
Yeah.
It's really old what you're doing.
And you're also not doing it anymore, really.
You're just being a drug addict now.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, your teeth are locked up. You talk like you're on meth.
Yeah. Have you ever seen...
Now you're like gross gay. Before you were fabulous gay. Now you're, I think you got AIDS gay. Now it's, I don't know which STD you have, but I know it's one. Maybe more than one gay.
Did you ever read his book?
Now it's,
you're aware
don't touch
of his
the
book?
lip of my glass.
Yeah, you know he has a book, right? Did that book come out? I think it did.
It probably got stumped by Amazon.
Well, here's the thing is the editor of the book showed Milo's like original draft and like his notes he was like, this is fucking unpublishable. You're like the worst. Like he didn't say it to him, but like if you read what Milo wrote, you went, oh, this guy's like a borderline retarded. Like I did not.
Oh, he can't write,
dude. He can't write at all. It's like incomprehensible how bad it is.
Because he's on drugs.
Yeah, he's like really, really dumb.
You know how I know that? Because he's gay.
Yeah. Well,
shocker.
I'm going to segue that into my problem in a second.
Okay,
I will say, guys,
go for it.
Please don't kink shame Bo Blacks, who is currently deciding whether or not he's a woman or something. I don't really get it.
Yeah.
He's gender fluid, which basically means
he's a fucking mess, okay?
He's watching.
Let's just call it what it is from now on. It's just what's your deal? I'm a mess. Got it.
Well, he's not even a mess. It's
he's a mess. He's a she on OnlyFans. That's a fucking mess.
But that's all of these terminally online Zoomers. It seems like half of them.
He's the king of the. He didn't even get his plushie funded. The new one. That's a mess.
It's true. He didn't.
That's
get his
a mess.
Well, he should have came on here to promote the plushie. That was a big mistake.
No more plushie promoting on here. All right, is that it?
That is it, guys.
Okay.
Bo Blacks, and if you want to see his penis, I guess there's pictures of it on the internet.
Don't.
Well, I don't. He posted them on OnlyFans. At that point, it's out in the ether.
Whoa, Vito, you stink. Get a washing machine.
Bo Blacks, you got to get on the HRT because right now the 5 o'clock shadow trance. It's not
yourself
good.
If your child is a girl, vote it up, please go to
Talk to Trixie. Trixie will help you.
Just stop.
Do whatever feels
Delete
right.
it. Stop doing it. There's no future in this.
Why did he start an OnlyFans? What did you want? Why? I feel like he wanted to get caught. I think he gets off on the.
Oh, look at me, darling. I'm ruthless. I go after everyone, darling. Oh, yes. Have another drink. That's what they told me.
He's a character actor, Milo, and he's not. But it's like, yeah, I already saw that character. I've seen Mr. Belvedere.
I've seen the guy that hangs around the coffee machine. That's enough.
It was funny 8 years ago. Now you gotta. Well, we'll see what happens with that.
I can't wait. I mean, I can't wait
talk
for
about
the
it. Here's
maybe he'll have another contract.
Yeah.
Here, another something that only gay men would think was funny.
Here's something that stuck with me, and it's interesting. This actually came from Tim Rogers, our great friend of the show.
The one-way friendship.
It's not a one-way friendship. Stop saying that. God damn it. Look. There was a game, Xenoblade, that came out,
Yeah.
and it's a good RPG, but all the characters have British accents for the voice acting.
Okay.
And you go, well, this is a Japanese game.
Yeah.
Why when you localize it for America? Like, obviously in Japan they have Japanese accents. Then if you're bringing it over to America, why don't you get American voice actors?
Yeah.
And then Tim explained to me, he said, well, in the American mind, a British accent is a shortcut to sophistication. It's like, it's interpreted as intelligent and smart.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because that's all we've seen in, like, our media, right? Like, usually, maybe the villain is, like, a smart British guy. I'm thinking of, like, Die Hard. Wasn't that he was doing a British accent?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go, okay, a calculating, James Bond. We associate these foreign accents with, like...
Well, it just sounds, nicer, and usually they have a little bit better vocabulary.
I don't think it sounds nicer. I don't think they have what do you mean better vocabulary? Like more words?
British people have a more sophisticated vocabulary than we do. They speak in they speak with more sophisticated language. Yes,
we
they
speak
absolutely
more
do.
plainly.
Yeah, we don't know as many words.
I
as they
didn't
do.
know that. I don't know that.
Have you ever talked to a British person?
I'm saying there's some, I guess across the average of Americans, not all Americans, obviously. There's also some British people that go, oi, governor, I have some fishy chippy wits for you
Okay, so
there."
people with that accent are stupid.
Yeah, but they can say, I'm sure there's guys who can, you might have a
Not
point.
really. Mostly they're
I'm just saying,
retarded.
not everybody who has a British accent is necessarily a fucking
but
intellectual mastermind.
Well, they just know a little bit more better words.
Sure. But
That's it.
The point is that accents
And they
in
think
general,
a little bit more before they speak, that kind of thing.
My problem is Americans just thinking that like an accent is what do you call it? Like a sign of intellectualism, of prestige, of like knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And like this is somebody who we should listen to
Right.
on these things.
Right.
So a lot of people, they always ask me, they go, I want to get started as a YouTuber. What should I do?
British accent.
I go, develop a British accent.
Of course. Yeah. Immediately.
If you have any ability to develop any sort of accent, British accent would be preferable.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you can do some sort of foreign accent, it is a shortcut to getting a lot of listeners. One reason is, first of all, most of the people watching YouTube are American. We hear Americans talking all the time. It's boring. It's not interesting to us, okay? You hear an accent, you go, well, that's an interesting way of talking. It's got a sing-song quality to it that I don't hear in my everyday life. I like this guy.
Like, describe when you got fucked up the ass by a preacher.
All of a sudden, it takes on
and
a
then
new
how that's
tenor.
like, actually, I'm the slutty dog. Actually, it's actually me that pursued him, if you want to know the truth.
If you want, okay, look, I'll give this advice. If you have some sort of regional dialect,
Yeah.
you know, all that like news stuff where they like would teach black guys how to speak white for the news, it's like what they should have been doing is tell them like,
Teaching
no,
to act British?
yeah, dude, no, well, yeah, act British, or just embrace your natural. If you have like regional dialect, embrace
Yeah,
it.
black guy talks in a British accent. I'm tripped up.
Okay,
I don't think the KKK could handle that.
let's put it this way: I take a video of a black kid breaking TVs. Not that
Right.
funny. I do that boring stock Boston goober accent.
Yeah, okay.
And all of a sudden, it's like hugely viral, and everybody's
Yeah.
going. Let's be real. When I hear Bill Burr, because so many people go, "Oh, it sounds like Bill Burr." I go, "Yeah," because Bill Burr is also going a little over the top.
Yeah, he's doing a
He
voice.
knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like at one point, he sat down and he said, people kind of like this Boston accent. I'll say retarded a lot. And it works. It is true. It's just that people don't realize. So think about how many of these geeks and gamers retards that
What if
fucking
Melanie Mack had a British accent?
she'd be doing a lot. Well, she has the like kind of
Could
like
she be doing better?
She almost has a little bit of an accent. I think it does help
Retard
her. Yeah,
accent?
she has the retard accent. But that as guy who's like the dumbest retard in the world. Okay, he gets to go, fucking pronouns,
You're so boring.
Oh, look at all this here woke shit, fucking pronouns. And you're like, oh. So Americans hear that and they go, oh, like kind of a British, he's like British, right? Or whatever. It's like a foreign Scottish or something.
I
They
don't
go,
know.
oh, well, that guy must know what he's talking about because he's doing it
'Cause
in
he's
a
British.
different, he's from a different land. He speaks in this different way of me hearing it. And it's a shortcut to popularity. And again,
Yeah, but it's kind of true, though.
undeserved intellectual prestige.
Nah,
it's not
kind of true.
Or that critical drinker guy who's also a big, dumb fucking idiot.
Yeah, but is he as dumb as his American counterpart? Maybe he's a little bit smarter than them.
He might be a little bit. He's a little bit smarter than like that.
They're a little bit.
Guy.
They're a little bit better than us.
No, not as. Come on.
Well, I mean, in general.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, is he better than Matt Jarbo? I don't know.
No,
No one could be better than Matt.
But Milo is a perfect example of this long running thing where you go, look at. Or like fucking what's his name? Fucking Transiversity.
We have fat gay
fucking
guys that are
Shadiversity who's fantasizing about him and his wife dressing up like Supergirl.
Is he British?
And fucking each other in the ass. He's got like an accent. Yeah, he's definitely from like Scotland.
I didn't
or
know
something.
that.
I don't know exactly.
I've never
where
actually.
he's
I think I've only heard him like once or twice.
Yeah. He's definitely. I think he's in England. I could be wrong.
Okay.
The point is that people get sucked in by these presenters, and some of them are good. Like, let's be real, PewDiePie has an accent. I think it's been a huge part of his popularity.
It's like a cute accent.
It's a
though,
cute
you
accent.
know?
Well, no, like honestly, a big
hello.
part of why it's fun to listen to PewDiePie.
So get a speech impediment
it's
if you want to do
PewDiePie.
Yeah.
I'm watching a video game. All right, well, that's not what he sounds like. I can't do PewDiePie.
Like Mario.
But, yeah, he sounds like, well, Mario's
So are you
great.
shitting on Mario? He's got an accent.
No. I'm saying that it's one thing to say, look, accents are very pleasant to listen to. Okay, especially a foreign accent. You hear Apu on The Simpsons. All you want to do is do the Apu voice, right? And then a fucking Indian guy takes it away from us, and now we got to make fun of other parts of India. Should have just let us have Apu.
Well, I like Apu's accent.
Yeah.
I don't feel the same way about like a normal Indian person talking. Apu's like
Well,
a racist.
now there's like a
I like
negative-
the mammy voice too, but I don't. If I'm sitting on the subway, and
Not all accents are of the sophisticated type.
But that's like a stereotype accent.
Yeah.
It's not real.
I guess my point is people whose popularity is based mostly on the fact that they have
an accent. Okay, but people whose popular something with accents. That's
popular
the problem.
accent popularity. Okay,
Yeah, I agree.
people who are dumb, stupid idiots, but because they get in front of the microphone, they go, "Oi, I played Skyrim, and there's a translating for Skyrim."
That's like because you sound like a dwarf. Because you sound like Lord of the Rings. So people think you're like a tough, no nonsense, but you're really just a fat retard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that and a lot of these guys, they go, well, I'm popular because I have such smart opinions and I have such a nuanced understanding of
Like,
media.
imagine if Destiny
it's like,
had
no,
a
people just
British
like
accent.
to hear you. Yeah, exactly.
He'd be president.
If Destiny had a British accent, he would be killing it. If Mr. Girl had a British accent, everyone would let him babysit their kids, okay? But unfortunately...
Yes, they would.
They would.
They would.
They'd go, oh, he's just one of those cheeky Brits. They would get the joke.
Had a British accent, he would be unstoppable.
Absolutely.
And his pauses would not seem goofy.
They would seem
and
intellectual and
yes,
smart. Yeah. Oh, well, that's just the British way, you know?
So you're saying? I'd be like the Maxell commercial. Wow.
It is a very
This guy's really
powerful...
blowing me
It's
over.
a powerful arsenal, man.
I can't wait to see his juicy pedophile documentary.
I guess my problem is I wish that the people who had the accents would realize, okay, and some of them get it, you know? I think Gilbert Gottfried understood. He's like, I'm 90% voice here, and I'm killing it. You know? Bill Burr's getting a little ahead of himself, though.
Yeah.
I've seen him lately. He's been being not as funny as he used to be. Anyway.
Because his wife chopped his balls off
Yeah.
and ate them.
His black wife,
His
as
black wife
Anthony
chopped his balls
Cumia will
off.
bring up every single time he talks about him.
You got it.
Have you ever listened to, did you ever listen to the time that Anthony Cumia is like, I don't understand why Bill Burr kicked me out of his comedy show? And it's like, because you spent months making fun of his black wife. And you said
why.
it like that. He said, oh, Bill Burr and his black wife. And then he goes, hey, Bill, can I come to your comedy show? No.
No. Definitely
Well, I
not.
don't understand why. We used to be friends.
You're not now.
Yeah, now you're not, unfortunately for you.
Okay.
Anyway, and that I would say is Milo has to realize that, no, he is not a devastatingly talented wit. He just speaks very fast and in a stupid, posh British accent. And that shtick does not go nearly as far as he wants it to. So I can't imagine listening to a podcast with that guy. I don't think he has anything to say. I don't think he's smart.
Bro, he's just been pounding drugs for 8 years. Like,
He's on Twitter
That's
all the
your
time.
life.
He's never posted anything that I found profound or interesting at all.
it's just, I'm going to fuck with you. I'm the guy
I'm
that
gonna
fucks
fuck
with
you.
everything.
I'm
I'm going to fuck with...
Hey, Nick Fuentes, I'm gonna fuck with you.
I'm having a kid. Look at me. I have this weird dude that is my wife now. Like, all right.
At least the other like stupid conservative grifter guys occasionally say something like, "That's an opinion," you know, and that you
Yeah.
can like actually engage with.
Yeah.
Milo just goes, ooh, I remember when I used to suck cocks all the time, and oh man, but now I love Jesus, and I would never suck cocks again, and I'm going to impregnate a lady. And you're like, all right, this sucks.
Okay.
Accents. What can
Accents.
you do? All right.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
Good problem.
I know.
Yeah, there we go. I'm still fucking around with the sound over here. Now I'm all paranoid about it. That should be. I think it's better. I don't know. Tell me if it's all fucked up. Okay, my problem is I kind of want to call this the boomerification of Gen X. But I
That's
guess
a boomer name for that problem.
what is it?
I don't know.
The boomerification of Gen X, but I think downward mobility is probably more accurate.
Gen X is
I'm right. I'm
Prior
right
to
on the
1980?
edge. It's
1985?
1960 to 1980, or 1965 to
Yeah.
85. So everybody 45 and above, basically for 20 years. They a bunch of them decided this week to go ahead and roll the Trump victory and all the mandate for like the economic woes that we're all stuck in, and
Yeah.
how eggs are so expensive that we need to kill all Mexicans and stuff like that.
Well,
They decided to take that energy
sure.
and go ahead and turn it around and say, actually, it's you young people that are the problem. Why don't you get jobs at Grand Panda?
Panda Express.
Panda Express.
Grand Panda Express. What's going on with your guys, man? I feel like you voted for this.
They really
I feel like you voted for all this boomery.
well, they're
stupid
not.
bullshit.
Trump's not doing it, but they are.
Yeah, but it's all Trump's guys who he's gonna like put in cabinet positions.
What do you mean? Like who?
I don't know.
See, you get too excited with that. You get too
Vivek?
excited for the
Didn't
vote.
he
You
endorse
voted for
Vivek?
this.
Didn't he endorse Vivek for a Ohio Senate seat or something?
I don't know what of that was a parody account and I don't know what of that is real or not.
It's true. I never know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, I have some of these. Let me see if I have the tweet here.
Well, the idea is, of course, there's nothing wrong with the economy or
it's the
society.
boomer. It's this Gen X now idea that young people think they're too good for service industry jobs or like that the goal in your life as a young man should be to become a plumber or some shit,
Right.
which is like fine to do, but you shouldn't be telling people that they need to lower their aims and focus on doing like manual labor that they didn't want to do. Like, yeah, everyone's fine with working at a fast food restaurant. Like, we can't because they're all being staffed by illegal
Right.
aliens or H-1B aliens.
Well, that was one of the funniest tweets I saw about the thing. Was it's like you go to college. So you're telling me I went to college, I get the degree, and now I got to go work at fucking Burger King next to a guy named Jose who didn't go to college and has been saving up for the last 7 years and rubs in my face that he's like ahead of me financially. And also doesn't speak English.
It was this. He said, Chris Rufo said, this is basically full employment. The Panda Express near my house is offering $70,000 a year plus benefits for the assistant manager. You can make $100,000 a year working at Chipotle for a few years, working up to store manager. And I guess what's so like obnoxious about this is, first of all, the condescension that that there's already people working these jobs and that they're trying really hard, and like the whole everyone in the restaurant is like busting their ass to do them, and this is his message to white guys that are just graduating from college, ostensibly, probably. Like, why don't you just
do it? It's so easy for them.
So just go hop down there and get
They'll
a
put
job
you in charge immediately because you're white.
You don't need to work the grill at all. Just go right to assistant manager.
Right.
You're white. Go in there and just say, hey, by the way, I'm white, so obviously assistant manager is where I'm starting. I'm not starting as a fucking fry cook, or I'm not in the fucking point. I'm not on the fucking register. I'm going to go straight to assistant manager.
Typically, to become the assistant manager, you need like prior restaurant experience. Yeah, they're not going to just give it to you because you have a programming
It's this
degree.
like attitude that they have that young people are phoning it in when like mathematically young people are now are behind an 8 ball that's been getting bigger and bigger for the last 70 years or maybe 80 years. Like, the inflation has been growing so out of control that your mortgage is now your rent is now your rent with your roommate, and they're the victims of it also. People my age,
these Gen X guys are also the victims of it, but now they've internalized their stupid stories of working shitty jobs as like part of their personality.
Well, here's
like I did it. I got raped, so now you have to get raped.
Well, this also
it's just the banks, dude.
This also breaks down because all the guys talking about it, you know, they'll always like wax poetic about like the 6 months they worked in a bakery when they were a teenager or whatever, and it's like you're an internet commentator. Okay, the work you do is like a fun, illusional. Like I would
sit
never.
in a chair.
Yeah, I would never go to somebody and be like, "Hey, you got to work harder," like I did. I'd be like, "No,
like I did for 6 months." Like,
right.
This is 10 years, bro.
Yeah,
this is 10 years, and you will get during that 10 years, Elon Musk is going to replace your ass with a Tesla Optimus robot controlled by a fucking Indian back in India. Do you guys understand? Yeah. It's just the idea that they're going to lecture from their positions of wealth and privilege to young people on their finances. It drives me
Well, why can't
insane.
they just say clearly you guys are fucked? Like obviously
you're fucked. If I was you, I couldn't get my out of it. That's why.
Here's all you have to do. Open the Zillow app and look at the average home price in your area.
I have stats for you.
And go, "Oh, never mind. There's nothing you can do to escape from this crushing ball of doom that is bearing down on you." You're right.
It is the house prices. I forgot to write where this started. I think it was 60 years ago. House prices were 3.5 times your income.
Salary.
And now they're 5.8 times.
Yeah.
That's not recoverable.
No.
In any...
Especially
you
now
can't
when
not
10,000
drink
houses burn
lattes
down.
around that.
Especially now when the government lets 10,000 houses just burn up in a fire. Then you're doubly fucked.
Downward mobility is what it's called. I saw a guy recommending that Zoomers go dumpster diving for milk.
I also saw that,
I
said, "What
do you want to get
happening?
killed? Like, what are you doing? What are you saying? What are you
like?
Do you want?" And then I saw somebody say, "These guys are saying they deserve jobs." I'm like, try to understand it like this. All this stuff that we have, this like civilization, is kind of based on a whole bunch of people not just going, fuck it, let's kill everybody with all the money.
Right.
It's really important.
And then one man named Luigi shows up out of nowhere.
It's really important that you remember that. Keep it in mind. These guys are acting like they deserve a job. What do you think you deserve? Sitting there in your air-conditioned studio, typing away, name me 3 things that you believe you deserve right now, because they're going to take it away. Like that.
I hate that these guys can see what they don't like. They're like, I don't like that, young people aren't starting families. That makes me feel bad.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sucks.
Yeah. So you'd like them to have families. Yeah, I would. And you'd like them to have a place for those families to live, right? Okay. How do you want them to get that?
Eating milk out of the trash.
Panda Express, drink some trash milk. Stop buying avocado toast. No,
you guys are buying way too much avocado toast.
I need you to think this a little further. I need you to go a couple more steps. What is stopping young people who are currently living with 3 roommates, okay, driving fucking DoorDash for barely minimum wage? What is possibly stopping that guy
for nothing?
From starting
why isn't there a union? Like, why is DoorDash allowed to exist?
Well, because they're spoiled, Dick. They're spoiled. They don't want to work. The they don't want to work thing is like bizarre to me. It's just bizarre.
Restaurants used to pay their delivery drivers.
Yeah. Used to get mileage.
There used to be restaurants, not just Kitchen United.
Yeah.
There used to be like a thing that dumb people and middle people could do, and now there's not. You took it from them on purpose.
And the employers have figured out more ways to fuck over their employees time and time again. It's getting really bad.
It's really bad. So for right now, to these assholes, to come out with, well, you just got to go. You got to go work at a fucking.
But
Panda Express.
these are also the same guy. These guys have no through line because they see a McDonald's robot order taker and they start clapping.
It's amazing.
And they're like, good. And you go, so what do you want to have happen? More people making money for their families.
With robots?
And what do you like about this? I love automation taking jobs away from
capitalism.
people. That's capitalism.
America.
I love it.
It's America's awesome. Okay, so where's the money that's getting generated there go? To one guy. The stock market. It goes right into the stock market. Okay, who owns the stocks? My dad.
Well,
Our dads all
yeah,
on the stock.
sure.
Okay, so what are you so happy about then?
what do you want? I don't know what these people want. And then I go just like, why not just say, you're right. Inflation's really bad. We need to build more housing.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of so much fucking automation and just have the fucking
Tax
companies
it. We need
pay
to tax
a guy,
outsourcing. We need to tax
the shit out of it. We got to
the
get rid
shit
of all the
out of
H-1B,
exports.
whatever the
Get
fuck.
rid of them.
Yeah.
Make them build a raft and then send them out to sea, and they can sink the raft will sink into the fucking
Well, yeah,
ocean in
part
10
of the
feet.
problem is, the problem with immigration, which they all claim to hate, is they're like, oh, I hate immigration because these immigrants come and they take the jobs. You go, well, the problem is not them taking the jobs. The problem is them doing the jobs for so little pay that the job becomes a different job. It becomes fucking slavery.
Yeah.
So even somebody who wants to go get a job and can get a job now is forced to compete for the worst
nothing.
possible, for scraps. The point is to stop the illegals from taking the jobs for no money, so that whoever owns the company has to be like, all right, well, we got to pay them, like something. We got to give them benefits. We got to whatever.
Yeah.
Got to do something for these people.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. It's always it's this. Well, here's the other thing. Okay, it's all based in this Judeo-Christian, the value of a hard day's work bullshit, right? Where it's like
That's about the most Judeo-Christian shit I've ever heard in my fucking life.
The most important thing is to work really hard.
Right.
And then you point at like the guy who like his only job is to show up and make sure the McDonald's robot is taking the orders correctly. And like, well, it doesn't seem like that guy is doing a lot of work.
No.
And they're like, yeah, but he deserves it because he put that robot there or whatever. And you
Yeah.
go, so it's not the value of the
hard
work
work. You gotta work
necessarily.
smart.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got some
But
more.
you know what? That's why I love the OnlyFans workers. And that's why the right hate that. Again, it's another well, it's not a hypocrisy. They hate the OnlyFans girls because the OnlyFans girls realized I can just take pictures of my tits and make money.
Yeah, because they're free.
And they're like, but
No.
wait, our entire economic system our entire economic reality that we've been preaching is that the only possible way for upward mobility is based on hard
Working
work
hard.
and being in the trenches or whatever else.
Yeah.
It's like, I can show my vagina on the internet and people give me $1 million. Ah! It like completely destroys their whole
They never
model.
get mad at sports.
That's the only reason they want to outlaw pornography and all that shit is because like their entire economic narrative falls apart the second a girl can go online and just flash her tits for money.
And they won't stop talking about it. All they want to talk about is how porn should be illegal.
God, we got to legalize
Even though-
prostitution. It would piss these guys off so much. They would fucking hate the shit out of it. Because not only would the women be making free money, but all the
Yeah.
guys would also be working less and spending all their money on whores instead of
whores.
stupid consumer. Yeah, you know what? Instead of buying all their TVs and their Netflix subscriptions, let's just spend that money on whores. That would piss these guys off so much, and we'd all have a lot more fun. I don't want to watch Squid Game Volume 2. I want to fuck a filthy whore at a government-sponsored whorehouse.
Oh, okay.
And
Go for it.
Yeah. Let's legalize it.
Matt Walsh, some of you really have no historical perspective at all. It's amazing. There's been inflation, but not nearly as much as you seem to think. You're living in a fantasy land.
There's a lot of inflation.
There's a lot of inflation.
There's an insane amount of
What
inflation.
are you talking about?
Especially if you go back like 50, 60 years. It's like, what are you talking about?
Go back 3 years.
Bro, a meal
Everything
at a
is
cafe.
fucking fortune
Yeah.
now.
When they say like a hot dog used to be a nickel and you go, well, you got to factor for inflation. It's like, no, that was still like not a lot of money. Okay? It was still like, oh, cool. I can get like, a hot dog whenever I want.
What do you think a young man with no work experience should get up to and do today? Are you insulted by the suggestion that he should get a job in customer service like we all did at that age? Bro, you're talking about like the idea of having a summer job when you're a teenager doesn't exist anymore. They're all taken by illegal Mexicans. They're all taken by foreign-born workers, Chinese, H-1B, the extended family of H-1B, chain migrants. Like this Caddyshack reality that we grew up in, like me and these other morons, does not exist. It has not existed for a long time.
Also, I look back at, I worked at GameStop when I was a teenager, making like $6 an hour.
Yeah.
And that didn't benefit me at all. That, like, the work experience, like the idea of working a job. Like, I was basically working for the employee discount. I just used it to buy a video game. It didn't contribute to my upward mobility in any way.
No.
No, it was a complete waste of time. I should have just fucked around. I'm like, I honestly should have fucked around and played on the internet.
It doesn't even cover gas.
No.
I worked some other idiot. My first job when I moved out of my parents' house started at $17,000 a year. A lot of young people today have completely lost the drive to work their way up in the world. Where? Was this
go
happening?
where? What do you go?
What do you mean?
Up?
They literally expect to be gifted.
You
a
said we're just supposed to show up at Panda Express
salary.
and be the assistant manager immediately. So what's there to work up from
They
there?
literally expect to be gifted a six-figure salary at the start. Yes, that is how much
if you have a college
money,
degree, 100%.
That is how much money all of these positions should be paying.
Yeah.
That's how, if we're going with the rate of inflation historically, that is how much they should be paying.
At this point,
if you get rid of millions of illegals and foreign workers, that's what they would be making. Drive-through, 6 figures. Insane levels of entitlement and apathy. Amazing.
Okay, but here's what I don't understand. What is the entitlement? You've already said the most important thing is hard work. And it's like, okay, I got a job and I'm working hard. Yeah, well, you got to
you can't
get
make
a
more than
better
I did.
job. Well, why? I already did what you said was the most important thing, which was working hard. But you also have to luck out in this fucking game of capitalism.
They never want to admit how much was luck. Never.
It's insane amounts of luck. 100%.
At least 50%. Okay, last one. After graduating
I had to trick people into buying a comic book that doesn't exist for upward mobility.
After
All
graduating
right? You
from
gotta come up with new scams every 2 seconds.
After graduating from a good university with a good GPA, I couldn't find decent employment, so I took a job as a church janitor and earned the minimum wage. The unemployment rate in my city was 16%. Okay, so that's a lot of people.
It's very bad.
I moved halfway across the country for better job prospects and ended up working 2 minimum wage jobs and living in a socialist co-op housing. At one point, I rented a room that was an actual closet.
Is he
so that I
bragging?
could
Is
save
this
money.
bragging about poor bragging?
How much I worked. I never.
Okay, I have an anecdote. I moved to I moved to fucking Oakland, California for a job. 2 months later, they shut down, and my car got stolen by some teenagers of unknown ethnic heritage. So your magic work hard and move for the dream job, whatever the fuck plan, doesn't always pan out the way you want it to, man. And I don't look back at that and go, I'm so glad I moved to
did that.
fucking Oakland to have my car stolen and to have a job ripped out from under me 2 months into it. Okay? Don't use this as like a learning experience.
No, this is
literally
This is a bragging experience.
Right, but he's saying do what I did. Like this was me. I had to go through all this. And I'm telling you, don't.
It's delusional.
Don't. I went through it and it sucked and it did nothing for me.
These guys grow up, they get old, they get older, and then they decide that everything they've ever done and everything they know is worth something.
Right.
And they've got to impart it in the most obnoxious way possible to people who can't use it because they're not born in that, because it's a totally different world that they're in.
The worst trait among successful people is successful people who think they're special for being successful.
Yeah.
And can't just understand that it's like, yeah, it really is lucky that I was, Barbara Walters' hairdresser, and then I became a very powerful fucking movie producer because of it. Like, shit just happens. Okay? And usually it was given to you by a different guy who already won.
Yeah.
Okay? So you made friends with a guy who already won the game, and he gave you a job, and his dad, or your dad got you a job, or your cousin got you a job.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, or you're Jew, and then they all help each other out. Okay, Steven Spielberg says you're the new Harrison Ford, even though you're not that good an actor, but you are Jewish, so why not? Let's try it. Okay, like that happens too. So you got to luck into one of these fucking situations.
I never ate out. I almost owned nothing and saved most of my meager wages. My bank account grew from minimum wage. That's not realistic. Like mathematically, that is not applicable to any scenario today. It wasn't until my late 20s that I had a decent paying job. I bought my first car. It cost $25. When it failed, I replaced it with a $50 car. What?
How did you get a car for $25? What are you talking about?
No, my clothing was second
There's
hand.
no period of time in which that was a rational
Go to
amount
a
of money for a
second-hand
car.
clothing store.
Yeah.
See how cheap it is now. See if you can get any shirts for 25 cents. My furniture was from yard sales. Oh, my God. So romantic.
Congrats.
But within 4 years, I could afford a home because I had saved my money so relentlessly. 4 years.
4 years you were able to save for a home on a minimum wage job.
That's funny.
Anyone can do that now. Again, we can just look at the median home price. It's so easy.
This is my response to all the whiny Zoomers complaining today about how horrible the economy is. Yeah, just get a job at...
just do what I did 40 years ago.
Get a job at Grand
completely
Panda,
the same.
Panda Express, whichever. Move to move to the worst black neighborhood that you can afford a bus fare to.
Yeah.
That they'll go to. Work as a janitor at a cum factory, and save money for 10,000 years, so you can afford a down payment of 3%.
Yeah.
On a house, or go to war, join the army, so you can get
on the GI Bill.
Get a GI Bill. This is fucking life hack. Join the fucking army.
And then the VA department can keep telling you that it's not covered by your fucking veterans insurance or whatever.
And then maybe by the time you're 65, your Social Security will pay your PMI insurance, and you can live in a 70-year mortgage shitbox.
No, what's great about the Army
Detroit too.
is you go in, you get PTSD, and then you just fucking kill yourself, so you don't got to deal with any of this. That's the real upward mobility of the Army.
That's my problem.
I think Bo Blacks is hacking the system trying to get an OnlyFans going. I get it now. He's a Zoomer dealing with this crushing financial burden. No, his plushie didn't even sell out.
But so, it looked exactly the same.
I think
it had a blue shirt.
I think he didn't promote it very well. I don't know why the Bo Blacks play. Honestly, I'm glad the second Bo Blacks plushie did not fulfill, because that means that one's now a rare collector's
That's a rare
item.
One.
Yeah, the rare original red. I can't even get a blue one.
Okay, what's your problem?
Let's see. I had to. Do you want to talk about more internet people?
Kind
of did a lot of that.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of exhausted. Honestly, it's like I'm relieved that Ralph is in rehab.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it in a way that's like normal or acceptable, but
well, what about it is relaxing to you?
He's just like sequestered there for a little bit.
Well, that's not.
Like, I don't know how to say it in a nice way.
Yeah.
I want him to, I hope he gets better, but it's also like, okay, everybody I can just breathe a minute.
I just want him to be happy. He's going through a lot, you know. He's got that kid. He's got to come all the way up to California to see the kid. He
doesn't. You can just not see him.
Oh, he can't do that.
Yes, you easily can.
Physically
can. Don't get into his fucking ear with this shit.
I'm not in his ear.
The only thing that matters is don't do drugs and drinking. That's it.
I'm saying
nothing else.
From what I know,
nothing else matters. The kid doesn't fucking matter at all compared to that.
To
at
him,
all.
The kid matters.
Take that shit, kick it into fucking outer space. All this me
it can
shit,
come second.
Gone.
Sure, it can come second.
No
to sobriety.
second. There's only one thing that matters. No drugs, no booze. That's it.
For him, not for everybody.
For the whole universe.
Yeah, no
That's
drugs,
all
no
that
booze.
Fucking matters.
That's your new message to everybody?
For him. Yeah,
for him.
Exactly.
Okay.
None of this, but I'm feeling some kind of way about, no, wrong.
I think that he wants to get sober. He wants to, make the family thing work. He wants to be there for that kid, which is good. It's noble. It's admirable. You got to have a reason to do it. You got to have a reason to get sober. Nobody gets sober for no reason.
Yeah.
You need something to live for.
Yeah, that would be step one.
That would be step one.
If that was true.
Well, I was going to say, I'll just say it quickly. I don't know if this is my problem, but Melanie Mack is a whore. That's it.
Melanie Mack's your problem?
It was going to be. Well, have you heard about Goonergate? Let's talk about Goonergate. Let's get into it.
Is this internet people shit?
Kind of, but it's a woman problem.
Okay.
My problem was going to be women pretending to be based.
I thought we already did this one.
Did we?
I don't know. We did women saying slurs.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of the same.
Women pretending to be based, yeah.
You know what? Maybe we... Look.
I hate it, too.
Have you seen what she's saying, though? Have you seen what's going on?
Yeah, she's in front of like a Tomb Raider fucking life-size cheesecake doll talking about sexism in games.
Yeah.
It's retarded. She's an idiot.
Well, here's what happens.
She's an idiot that acts like a teenage girl for the amusement of pedophiles. That's her audience is men who are attracted to teenagers. So she puts on goth makeup and acts like a little girl so they can crank
and talks
their
in a
hogs.
high-pitched like fucking voice when you're like, you're about to be 40.
Yeah.
Act like an adult woman.
Act like an adult.
I mean, look, I got to talk about it because I was listening to her try to articulate what her position is, and it's just like there's nothing behind the eyes. It's like one of these things where you go, why did you let this woman talk to begin with? You know, like all these guys who have these fucking streams, they
Yeah.
go, well, I got to get a girl on there, and she's going to be one of the boys. And we're going to talk about, yeah, there should be more tits in gaming. And yeah, we want video games we want all this gay shit out of gaming.
Yeah.
And then Melanie Mac comes around, and I don't know, there's some new video game, and they're like, hey, check out our new video game. It's got some, like, fucking sexy-ass ladies in it. Look at their fucking little pert assholes or whatever.
Look at how young they are.
Look at how young they are, and look at their tight assholes. And Melanie Mac goes, well, actually, Jesus would hate this.
Yeah.
And kind of
Jesus would hate you.
Jesus would not. I don't know what Jesus would do with any of this. Frankly, the appeal to Jesus is already a bit of a fallacy. But I went, yeah, why'd you guys think this lady was going to be like on your side? It was a joke. She was goofy. She was like there to get the attention and the fame and the internet e-horse shit. And also, she hates gay people. She fucking hates gay people. So she was with you on that. But now she's going, well, the reason
I mean, she doesn't, though. Like,
she hates the idea
she's
of
just
gay people.
She's nothing. She's just like a vapid whore.
Yeah.
Like, she has no opinions or anything other than, like, clever Hans saying things that she knows these throngs of weird perverts that watch her show are gonna enjoy.
Well, again, she was
they hate
women
gay
saying
people.
slurs. Her big thing is to go, oh, all these F slurs, fuck all these F slurs. And you're like,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
Hey, Bart, say the line. Didn't do it. All right, pretty good shit. But now I watched a video of hers yesterday where she tries to articulate, and she goes, well, the problem with video games wasn't all the, gay shit. It was the perverted shit. And you're like, what do you mean? She's like, like all the sex and like the sexiness.
Every game pretty much has hardcore sex, like as a recurring theme in it.
Yeah,
like,
there's so much
really
fucking going on.
I remember playing Jumping Jack Flash, and you get through the level, and it's just 30 minutes of hardcore penetrating sex.
And I went, first of all, bitch, there's not nearly as much sex as there should be. This is one of the big problems going on. Okay, we all know it. Tifa's tits should be huge. The mod should be enabled. I should be able to do whatever I want to Tifa and equip her with materia that makes her boobs 10 times. There should be materia that affects the boob size. It makes it larger.
Nah,
that should be a thing I can equip.
No.
I want to gamify it. It's not enough.
Well, play a weirdo game if you want that. I don't want that shit in my game.
I want it in my game. It could be a mod.
It's too much. It breaks the immersion. So tits
How's it break the immersion? You turn into a fucking frog in the game. There could be a guy you talk to, and he goes, hey, Cloud, next time Tifa goes to bed, put this materia in her fucking glove.
It's not consensual. Now it's really messing it up.
Oh, not consensually growing your girlfriend's breast to be the size of your head. That's you need consent for that too.
Just go like
it's materia. She's gonna unequip it if she doesn't like it. It's not like it's locked in forever.
Okay, that's
maybe
true.
you do
I'll
it.
give
You go
that.
like
That's
a little
true.
prank. You give her the breast fucking materia, and then she goes,
okay.
You know what? I
So
actually
you know
do
what?
like
If that
it.
was the game, then I would agree with her. If games like that were coming out for weird perverts, then yeah, I agree with her.
Well, yeah,
Something
there's
needs
not
to be
really
done
a lot
about
of that.
it. But there's
and
not.
also, there's like maybe a couple games like that, but you don't have to play them if you don't want to. She was trying to make this convoluted thing about, she's like, well, and then these games, they don't even like sell that good. It's like, then what do you care? If it doesn't sell good,
She's
who gives
just
a
an
shit?
idiot.
Do you want
Do
you want every video game to sell good for some reason? Is that important to you as a conservative Christian influencer? Every video game needs to be a smash success, so we got to take porn out of it so that it sells better? She doesn't even know what she's saying.
She's she tried to think of something on her own, and the premenopausal feminist of her inside of her came out. She really is.
I was trying to understand what her point is. So here's Melanie Mac.
Okay.
People have a hard time with what I've already said clearly. So she already came out and said video games are too perverted. They
Right.
need to be less sexy. In the same way we need to stop the gays and the trans from putting their gay and trans stuff in the games, we also need to stop all the sexy ladies and the big boobs and whatever.
Yeah, there's just so many. We've
What
just
are
been
you
under
talking
a
about?
flood
What
of
do you
sexiness
mean?
for 20 years.
I have no idea what she's talking about. Okay, like the Overwatch characters were pretty hot, but they don't like fuck each other in the game. You got to wait for an entrepreneurial fucking 3D animator to come along and jam them into Source Filmmaker and have them fuck the shit out of each other with giant cocks coming out of their nipples. Regarding lust and entertainment and where my standards are, if something is created with the intent to elicit lust, that is perversion. Well, welcome to all of art. The whole concept of fucking the male gaze and a fucking...
I can't even hear a woman's thoughts. It's like I don't know. It's like a wrong molecule. Like it doesn't even fit into my brain. You know what I mean? Like I'm hearing the words, but
I'm not getting it.
Because she doesn't have a point to. She doesn't even know what she's talking about. What it really. Okay.
She could be saying anything, and I'm like, I can't listen.
This is a situation where she can't say what she really wants to say, which is, I'm a woman, and you guys are gross.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
Yeah.
As a woman, you guys are fucking gross. Ew, you like jerk off to that? Like, ew, that's so fucking gross. But you can't say that because she's supposed to be like based and cool. So it has to be this weird parable about Jesus and media and whatever else.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense and is incomprehensible.
Here.
And then fucking what's his name? Razor Fist is like backing her up and being like, she's right.
What is this? What is this in the corner?
That's a giant fucking.
What is this in the corner?
She has a Laura Croft statue with her nothing around her legs and her.
Okay.
What
are these? What are these right here?
Those
on
are
her thighs?
like stocking tops or something. What am I looking at?
Yeah, stocking tops.
Yeah,
is that
sure.
what they are?
I
Okay.
don't know.
And these are shorts, I guess.
Yeah, very short. It's like she's not wearing anything at all.
Not wearing anything at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, somebody
and
also
full makeup here. What's going on up here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she
so
has
over.
There's
so point over.
There's no
right?
standards
it's
at all.
Nothing. There's nothing. It's
She also has a little Chainsaw Man plush toy back there, and Chainsaw Man's about a guy who keeps trying to like fuck every girl he comes across. So it's like, what do you? Just admit you have no standards, and it's just the idea that nerds are.
But it's a woman.
Well, yeah,
they're trash.
I know.
Trash
so
in her head.
So stop pretending that they're a part of your like fucking based crusade or whatever.
Yeah.
To save gaming, when in reality, at some point they're all just gonna fucking drop the veil and go, I just think you guys should be nicer to women.
Stop jacking off.
I think you guys are like fucking perverts.
Yeah.
Some people can lust over a pumpkin, or even beautiful art without lustful intent could still be used. That what the fuck?
Idiots.
Okay.
Total idiots.
She's saying if you are lustful towards a pumpkin, you need to step away from it and seek deliverance.
What I fucking love, a bunch of fucking pumpkins. Oh, man, it's Halloween. I drive around with a big hard cock. Look at all these pumpkins all over the place.
Well, it also defeats her point. If her point,
let's go to it's fucking September 1. I'm
Yeah.
like, honey, let's get out to the pumpkin patch. I think they're getting ready to pluck the pumpkins. I want to make sure I see enough of the pumpkins.
Well, if her point is that theoretically you can have lustful intent towards anything, then why are you mad at the people creating the lustful content?
Why do you need
if somebody
thing
could be
to have
attracted to a
lustful I
pumpkin?
can think about a pumpkin I want to fuck right now. I don't need someone to grow a pumpkin out of the fucking ground to think I want to fuck it, you idiot.
What about reprobates who don't care about sin and unapologetically will do so? I don't want you to parade your perversion everywhere. I just think Tifa's got a nice set of tits. Is that the worst thing in the world?
Yeah.
God created beauty. Beauty is good. The world will take beauty and pervert it. Their perversion is not beauty.
Is beauty part of God? I don't know that God's like, oh yeah, by the way, I made a bunch of beautiful stuff. I don't know if he said that really. Maybe the sunset maybe heaven is beauty. I don't know about that one.
Okay.
Honey?
So here's her, I guess this is her point. I'm trying to figure out what her point is, because again, it makes no sense.
Pay attention to me is the point.
Well, yeah, it's completely hypocritical and nonsensical, but here's her point. My main point with all of this is to promote beauty that hasn't been corrupted by a perverted intent and to encourage self-control.
So take your fucking makeup off then. Dress like a woman.
That's a good
Dress
point.
like a woman your age.
Yeah.
Stop acting like such a goddamn
Why are you
whore.
dressing up like a fucking
suicide girl?
Yeah. Seek Jesus, and you will be filled with the Holy Spirit who will guide you on a beautiful and pure path. So basically, she's just saying, like, don't find things attractive and
Except for me.
Except for me, you know, don't be happy when something turns you on. You should be ashamed of it, and you should feel bad, and you should make less things that turn other people on because you're straying them from the path of God. And this is the same lady who's going like, I don't know why they're she like an whole thing where she's like, why'd they censor Tomb Raider?
This is modern Christianity. Like this is Zoomer Christianity. Just a chick in a bikini, eating a popsicle,
saying perverts are ruining society.
Yeah,
you're
a fucking pervert.
Ruining society.
You
you're
are a
the
pervert. What you're doing is perverted. 100%.
Many of us want to watch a movie,
don't care, but it's
listen
not
to
good
a song,
behavior.
or play a video game without being bombarded with sex. So go play Animal Crossing. There's a million fucking games out there. Like, what do you want? This is society. We can all make whatever art we want. And if you don't like the art, the answer isn't like, oh, I just don't know why all these perverts
a hot chick is not
are making
sex.
stuff. It's not. Yeah,
When
it's so fucking tame. We don't even have sex games yet. And the sex games we do have fucking suck. And the reason is because idiots like you keep being like, oh, I don't, it's a perverted and it's satanic.
Totally worthless.
Oh, God.
Totally fucking worthless.
Just watch my YouTube channel and jerk off to me talking about Jesus. That's the only sort of perversion you shouldn't tell. There are guys who definitely jerk off to Melanie Mac talking about Jesus.
Yes.
I guarantee it. They have photoshopped her head onto like big titty chicks and they put on her videos of her going, I just think that like all you perverts and F-slurs are gross. And they're furiously beating off going, yeah, tell me how I'm gross. Tell me how I'm gross, Melanie Mac. Tell me how Jesus doesn't approve of my lifestyle.
I don't even want to imagine.
People are going to lie and argue in bad faith, so gone ahead. I spoke out of conviction for Christ. I have no regrets. And then fucking Razor Fist or whatever the fuck comes along, and he goes, well, you know, I guess there could be less lustful intent in all these guys who claim to be fucking based in I hate to tell you this, like, it's so obvious their playbook. They are the exact same as that Jack fucking Thompson guy. They're the old school Catholic censors, the old school, like, Republican right-wing fucking anti-sex, anti-pornography crusaders who are like, you got to cover these women up. They got to be wearing they want the burqas. If Melanie Mac, the only reason Melanie Mac opposes, if there were Christian burqas, if you could dress all these girls up like fucking nuns in a nun's habit, she would absolutely be preaching for it. Yeah. Okay? These guys do not, it's insidious because they come and they go, it's all about free speech and free expression. The fucking wokey leftists won't let you make anything real. And you're like, well, I want to make a thing with a chick who has like big tits. And they go, shut it down, shut it down. That's not in the eyes of Christ. The eyes of Christ will judge you. And you're like, well, then you're just as bad as the other guys. I don't want the game to have all gay stuff, but I also want there to be big fucking titty sexy chicks in it too. Why does both sides have to suck? Why can't you both realize you suck?
Was that it?
That's my problem.
She's never going to stop either.
I'm glad that this time it's another one of these situations where I've talked about Melanie Mac and people go, oh, Vito, you just want to fuck her. You just want to
Who said that?
You just want to have Anytime I complain about any woman, everybody just goes, well, you're just mad you can't fuck her.
Well, I don't know about it.
You're just mad you can't.
Yeah, okay.
Sex with her. I want to cut her fucking head off. No, I don't. Anyway, I got people coming to me and they're going, well, you were right about Melanie Mac. And I go, well, thank you very much.
I was thinking you were right about Melanie Mac.
Because I see these people from I go, this chick's not
maybe you lucked into
culture.
it.
No. I have a
You've been wrong about plenty of women and people.
Who?
Okay.
I'm right about everybody.
Yeah.
I was right about Eric July. I'm right about Melanie Mac. I was right about Shadiversity. I can read these people. Shadiversity is trans. I guarantee it. Now, I don't know if it's ever going to come out, but that is a guy who goes to bed fantasizing. He wears a fucking wig in bed, and his wife pegs him while dressed as Supergirl. I guarantee it. I can read these people like a book. Melanie Mac is a fake Christian who's desperate for attention, and Eric July is a fake gangster who can't write his way out of a box, so he hires lesbians to do it because he thinks they have magic witch powers that will enable them to make a better comic book than him. All of these people, I can see into their fucking minds. And they all suck.
Wait a minute. You're saying Eric July can't write?
That is what I believe.
Then how do you explain this, Vito?
Let me see.
This is Eric July's encounter with the police. He had some sort of encounter.
There's video of this. There's a video of this.
I just got pulled over by the cops on my way to the warehouse. You know, he's always talking about his warehouse, and then he inexplicably has taken a picture in his rearview mirror of the police as though he needed to prove that the police were pulling him over.
Interesting.
No one has ever asked for evidence that a black guy's been getting pulled over by the police.
That's not necessary, especially not in Texas, I would assume.
And then somebody says, bro, don't lift up the phone like that. You're going to get shot, right? And Eric July says, and please let me read this. He says,
what is this?
Eric says, if the pig was going to air me out.
He's talking about our brave law enforcement officer that way. Doesn't he need their help to protect his warehouse?
Yeah, didn't he invite 6 such pigs to his warehouse?
He needs the help of the state to defend himself.
If the pig was going to air me out, she'd done it when I told her I had a gun in the
Stop. Come on. Come on. Where was his gun, Dick?
If the pig was going to
shut
air
up.
me out,
This can't be.
she had done it
No.
when I told her I had a gun
Where? Where's the gun?
in the glove department.
How does he always do this? How does he do this?
that I reached for to get my insurance.
Like how does one man have so many classic blunders on a level of just like, oh, let me just hold on, officer. Let me I don't want to alarm you, but I do have my gun in the glove department.
in the glove department.
I'm
and
sorry.
you're where?
The glove department. Where's that?
It's where they have all. Is that where they have all the sales? Do you have a
Sir,
50%
you're in your
off
vehicle.
of-
Do you know where you are right now? We're not in a Macy's. There is no glove department. Sir, you're in your car. I'm going to need you to step out. I need to see if you're
Oh,
inebriated.
why? Because I got my.
Oh,
Because
what?
I got a gun in my glove
Because
department.
I keep a gun in the glove department.
Can
Who
I-
don't keep a gun in the glove department?
This is office. This is car 52 down at the station. You're going to want to hear this, sir. Can you tell me again where your gun is for the? Make sure you're recording this, radio, sir. Can you tell me where your gun is?
What? In the glove department. I got a gun in the glove department. This is America. I got my rights. And this is Texas. I keep my glove in the glove department.
Let me just pull up here to the gas station area and we can talk about this for a second. Mr. July.
Sir, are you licensed to have your gun in the? Where did you say you have it?
The glove department. Hell no, I ain't licensed to have my. I don't need no license to have my gun in the glove department.
Sir, you might. I mean, you might need special permission to have your gun in a glove department.
If that pig was going to air him out, at least she would have done it when he said,
Is it safe to
Gun
keep
was
your
in the glove
insurance in the glove department?
I don't know. I don't know why he's talking about murdering police officers. Or no, the
I
police
keep it in my glove
police
compartment.
murdering him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Compartment.
I keep my insurance in the glove compartment.
Mm.
The glove department, I don't know. I don't.
Anyone ever have gloves in there? Only guns. Well,
What about the gun department?
The gun
maybe?
department. Yeah, in
Is
the gun
that-
department. Now that would be a place to find a gun. Hit up a Dick's Sporting Goods. I was gonna say he's trapped in this weird libertarian thing of like, I hate the law.
That might be a black thing.
And then he goes, I'm gonna hire Mike Barron, the guy who wrote
the cop loving.
yeah,
Mike
the
Barron.
who's like a cop enthusiast, whole cop comic book.
Yeah.
Did you see what's his
And
name?
Yellow Flash, who's married to a cop.
See Chuck Dixon's new book. Very exciting. Yellow Flash is very excited. The
AI. Shit?
yeah,
the
it's,
AI slop book.
Yeah, the Christian.
Yeah, I
what
can't
is
wait
it?
for that.
The Crusades, and all the art is AI. And Yellow Flash said, "Wow, that looks fantastic." And you're like, that chick literally has 6 fingers on her hand, which
horrible.
is like fine when you're just ducking around with AI, but you don't use it as a promo for
Looks
your
like
campaign.
shit.
It looks terrible.
All right, is that your problem?
Yeah, my problem was what did I say? Fucking women,
Okay, my problem is
women pretending to be base.
false piss driblets.
False piss driblets.
Fucking, it's wintertime. That's the time of piss driblets.
No, you're just making up a story now. You're trying to justify the fact that you had piss driblets.
Exactly.
Did you
Wash
have
your
piss
hands.
driblets?
I don't know anymore. You wash your hands.
You washed your hands and there was a little bit of water on your pants?
and you walk out, and it's like, ugh.
You got to get darker pants.
No, that doesn't help. Then it looks like cum.
You got to use
And it might be.
calicocatpants.com is what I was
This
going
is
to
fake
say.
piss driblets, though. This is fake piss driblets. Okay, that's my problem.
Great
Note on my problem.
Nailed it. Did I fuck that one
You
up?
all remember. You all remember piss driblets. Now it's false. Fake.
false
Fake.
piss driblets.
Fake. False piss driblets.
Everybody's peeing, having
False
a good
piss
time.
driblets. All right, that's the show.
Vote on all the problems at biggestproblem.show. Guys, biggest problem in 2024, retrospective and exciting. A bonus episode available at patreon.com/biggestproblem. Don't forget to see us at Hackamania.
Oh yeah, we're
in
selling a lot of tickets.
May. I don't
I
know.
think.
Are we?
Yeah, I think so.
I wish I was
Um,
in on whatever email tells us how many tickets we've sold.
It's just
Because it tells
Melton
me
posts them.
tells me
on
whether
Twitter.
or not to bring my A game or to show up with my B material.
Okay,
So,
well, it's on Twitter if you want to see.
Well, he doesn't
I
say
don't
how many
know
tickets. He says who's
Who's in the lead? So
yeah,
what
but
else
who
matters?
How are we in? Are we in the lead?
we were for a day.
Wait, actually, like it said, like
Yeah,
for
we
this
were
day,
in one
biggest
update,
problem one.
and then who are these podcasts beat us or something like that? I
How
don't
would we
know.
not beat? Who are these podcasts? They should be beating us.
What the hell are you talking about?
I just want to
What
beat
kind of thinking is
the
that?
fucking creep off. Fuck Vinny. We could beat that fucking piece of shit. fucker lost all this weight. He goes, oh,
He's lost weight?
You haven't seen yeah.
No. I've been so involved in this Ralph drama that
No, he lost weight before we saw him last time, I think.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I did notice then.
No, because he had some sort of health scare. He had to lose the weight. I don't know what happened.
Was he scared he was too fat? Is that the health scare?
He was scared of the fatness. He got scared of food.
I had a health scare. I was scared I was getting too fat. I was scared they're gonna run out of food.
No, he looks trim. Him and Tony from Hack the Movies are working out. Everybody's losing the weight.
Tony from Hack the Movies fell off. He was looking good, but then he got fat again.
Well,
I was real happy for him and proud of him.
What do you mean he got fat? He didn't get fat.
He blimped
No,
up.
no. I think what happened was he shaved his beard and he showed everybody that big fat face of his.
He should shave the fat. That's what he needs to do.
Shaving the beard was a mistake. He's got one of those classic.
Nah, man.
He's got one of those classic.
I could tell.
Italian
that he
fat
was
faces.
hitting the food too much over the holidays.
Yeah, I couldn't have gained that much.
Well, I don't know.
He's still
that's
working
just one
out.
man's opinion.
All I know is he's got a big fat face, big old head. Keep that beard on there. Makes your head look normal sized.
Okay.
Tony, every time we rip on Tony from Hack the Movies, I see a tweet from him 2 days later.
I'm not ripping on him. I'm just saying he was doing
You
great.
said
and
he
then,
got fat. That's not being positive.
Vito, that's a normal, objective statement that I'm making. The fucking scale isn't making a judgment. It's just saying the weight. Okay.
Yeah.
Tony was doing great, and now he looks like a big fucking hippo.
Yeah.
That's not a judgment.
Tony from Hack the Foodies is what it looks like right now.
It should be Tony from Hack the Salads. That's what I want to see.
That's pretty good.
I was going to say a bunch of cow shit about me. See? No problem. All right. You ready for
Today
that?
we're hacking Hidden Valley Ranch. Is it really the most hidden of valleys? Let's find out.
Hack the croutons.
Hack the croutons. Yeah, what kind of croutons are
All
best,
right.
Tony?
Here we go.
Hey, Cock and Ito.
Hi.
When I saw Vito's reaction to the guy's cradle, his panic, I don't give a shit about magic, but Vito's panic made me think Dick would back down and just give Vito the card.
I thought I might.
Because it would cause Vito so much...
Yeah, I thought so too.
so much pain. Instead, Dick turns into the fucking Joker and burns the card.
Yeah, that was great.
See, I thought about...
I think this bit gives Dick 99% of his satisfaction.
Thank you.
Like,
It did.
I mean,
I felt bad doing it.
I always in my head was like, what do I do when it shows up? And part of me was like, well, I should, argue for it, or I should try to come up with a way to save it. I said, I can't. It's gone.
But we can see you processing those emotions. That's what makes it so
again, it's a guy on
good.
death row going like, well, maybe if I offer to jerk the executioner off, he'll let me go.
And you can see
then
that thought going through
that
your
guy has been
eyes.
jerked off by every prisoner in here, and he's never let any of them go. So,
But maybe he did.
maybe he did.
Maybe
I should have offered.
You could have thought of something. Let's put it that way.
I could
You
have thought
definitely could have thought of something, and you didn't.
I didn't. Maybe I'm just a quitter. I said, you know what? There's nothing I can do.
Okay.
I also feel like it would have been like all the build up. I can't go, oh, well, let's not fucking whatever.
Well, it's not let's really. It's
Yeah.
just me doing it.
Well, my hope was, I'm like, he's only going to burn it a little bit. It'll still be playable.
Finger pain is the biggest problem in the universe. I recently dropped out of society, so I've just been living in shanties
Okay.
in national forests. So my hands are always getting cold, and then I heat them up by the fire, and they get dry and they crack.
Oh.
And then I always have cuts on my hands.
He's living in the
around my nails and
wilderness.
stuff. Biggest
Jeez.
problem: finger pain, secondary pain, lips, and tertiary problem would be
Homelessness.
forever
Small
wiping.
penis.
Go
What did he
fuck
say?
yourself.
I
Shit,
don't
let
know.
me-
Something.
Tertiary problem would be forever wiping.
Wiping
fuck
forever
yourself.
wipe. So it's like a crayon. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's got to be bad when you're living in.
Why are you
a
living
tent.
Why are you living like that?
Forever wiping.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like fun.
Gotta go ahead and get a job at Panda Express.
I watched some of those videos of those guys who go to those cabins in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
What about them?
All this shit, they're trying to cook and everything keeps freezing.
The cooking. Okay.
It's interesting. The cooking. I like to see what they're eating,
Uh-huh.
I'd eat that.
What an incredible Vito's Booty this week,
Shut
guys.
up.
Holy moly. I tell you what, it's so funny every week of like Vito pretending like he gets the bit, you know?
Shut up.
And you know, I'm a big fat guy too. I'm 6'2", like 230, 225.
I wish I was that kind of fat.
If I was around like a bunch of cute girls or something, someone's like, "Oh, like you step on this scale," and it's like, I just do it. It's not a big deal, you know. I'm gonna sound like one of those fucking like retard like body people, but it's like you're still so in your head about the number. Everyone knows you're fucking fat, man. It doesn't matter if you weigh 290 or 350.
You're just in your head.
You're still fat. So who cares what the number is every week? Just get on it, be a good sport, whatever. You could have got your silly little card,
you
bro.
don't get the bit.
And also just fucking
Shut
proxy
up.
it. Who gives a shit, bro? You can just pretend
this
like
guy
it's the
thinks
same
he gets
thing.
the
It's just
bit.
a
He
fucking
doesn't get
piece
it.
of cardboard.
He doesn't
All
get
right,
it.
great show, guys. You guys are killing it.
Thanks
Keep it
a
up.
lot.
All right,
I
bye.
get the bit more than this guy gets the bit.
Oh, okay.
There's more layers than
What a
he knows.
loudmouth that guy was.
I know, what a jackass.
Okay.
Hey,
what?
somebody posted a picture of something they might have sent into Vito's booty.
What is it?
Well, I think you posted it. It was a foil Gaia's cradle.
They did post that, yeah.
It was a sold listing on eBay. I got to do this for another year. I got to do another year.
Well, I mean, I'm not confirming or denying
I know
if
you're
that
not.
card was sent in.
I know.
but
You could have just sent a picture of it.
It could have just been a picture.
Could've just been-
Who knows?
Well, because the regular Gaia's cradle that we burned was worth about $800.
yeah, but they go up to 2,000.
Well, that one is a foil Judge promo Gaia's cradle that was only available to members of the Magic the Gathering Judge Invitational Program.
It's pretty
of which
valuable.
there's really only a couple hundred of those in the world, I think.
He probably didn't send that in.
I hate this fucking bit so much. I hate it because I understand it, and I don't understand it.
But do you get it?
I don't fucking know
Do you
anymore.
get it? Do you get the bit?
Well, no.
Okay.
The bit sucks. The bad bit.
Here's a super chat.
Let's read some super chats, guys. Don't forget, again, biggestproblem.show. Vote on all the problems. And I will be streaming tonight. Well, we will live direct the stream because I finally figured out how to set it up.
That's great.
So
Finally got it.
we got to play some video games. I don't know what to play.
Okay, there you go.
I assume people don't want. I've just been playing that Final Fantasy VII game. Actually, I'm playing the pirate game, the Ubisoft Assassin's Creed.
There's a pirate Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, but it came out like 10 years ago, so it's actually good.
Oh.
Oh, it's like actually. I've never played it. I always heard it was good. I'm playing it.
Is that like the Black Samurai game theme?
Well, it's
But
in the
it's a different
same
game?
universe, but this
Yeah.
one you're a pirate
Okay.
and you're a
I got
white
it.
guy, which is incredible because you're like they're never gonna do that again.
Whoa,
We get to play as a white guy. In
is
a
there
video
a lot
game?
of like lust in it and raping and stuff?
I will say that at one point there's like this pirate I met who clearly has a lady voice.
Okay.
And I was like, now, is that because the pirate's supposed to be like a younger pirate, so they got a lady to do the voice?
Yeah,
Or is that a
like Bart
secret
Simpson?
trans pirate? And I haven't
Probably
gotten
the
far enough in the
younger-
storyline. Kind of feels like it might be a trans pirate, but it might also just be.
Not a trans, but like going in disguise because you couldn't be a woman pirate.
Right.
Okay, that's not a trans pirate.
Yeah, they're
No,
going to
it's
claim
not.
her.
It's
They're going to
not.
claim her. But it could be the video game thing where if you have like a younger, like, male protagonist, you get a lady to do the voice.
Yeah, but
It sounds a lot like a lady.
probably there's
It
got to
sounds-
be one
It
lady
sounds
in the game.
so much like a
pretending
lady
to be
that
a
every
guy.
time my pirate talks to her, I go, come on, just it's a lady.
You know it's a
Stop
lady.
pretending. Like, oh, yeah, hey, Billy. How you doing,
Can't
Billy?
you smell her? I mean, come on. Should be obvious.
So I'm going to find out. I was going to,
You're on the last
I know.
episode.
What was I going to say? I feel like me and you should stream a game.
I feel like you want to like unite like streaming and friends.
What do you mean?
Like that you want to stream a lot and have like pal around kind of streams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's right?
Well, like who does that? What do you mean? Give me a comparison.
Streamers do that.
Sure.
They like go like they're on Twitch all day, like playing with their friends,
Yeah.
and they kind of that's
Well,
like their
it
lifestyle.
wouldn't be an all-day lifestyle thing.
I do like shows, like
Right.
an hour 2 hours.
So you want something that is not just like a leisure activity that is being broadcast online because we live in an era of pointless and meandering entertainment. You want something that is structured and thought out.
Right.
But I don't want to let's just play video games and put it on the internet.
No, that's not where I'm at in my life.
Why not?
Like hanging around, eating, and then filming the eating.
Yeah.
Like I have like
that
a
could
pretty
be
clear
fun.
like entertainment and like life.
Well,
stuff.
I know we had always talked about doing a D&D show, and then I started thinking, I'm like, well, aren't there like video game like versions of that we could just do it online, instead of having to get like a tabletop thing together?
But then it's like 4 hours, 1 day a week for a week forever.
Right.
Like I don't have time for that.
Yeah, but what if you really enjoy it?
I don't.
How do you know?
Because it's making entertainment for the internet. I know what that is.
No, but like playing D&D could be fun. Would you enjoy just playing D&D if it wasn't entertained, like if it wasn't streamed or filmed? How do you know? You've never done it.
Because I have a fucking family. I don't want to go. I don't want to like spend time playing D&D. I want to.
Vince Vaughn plays D&D, bro. Fucking the Game of Thrones showrunners and Vince Vaughn. Have you ever heard that?
Much.
That legendary Hollywood D&D game they got going?
I have enough stuff.
Yeah, but
I don't need D&D involved.
But what if all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, hey, this is this thing where I get together like a bunch of guys and we all just have fun. We're slaying dragons. We're having a good time.
It just sounds like a nightmare.
Right, but like you could try it.
With whom?
Me.
But who else? Whom else?
I don't know. Other guys we like. We could get other comedians or something.
Comedians?
We get Josh Denny maybe or something.
So it's just like this show, but another of this show, and it's D&D.
A lot of people do other. It doesn't. First of all, it doesn't have to be a show. I think we just enjoy playing D&D. But
no.
I think as long as well, I know, but as long as we're doing it, would be. I think it would also be fun to do it with an audience and like participation, whatever else.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, we could get like, I don't know, just pulling names out of my head. Justin Wang, Tony from Act the Movies.
Justin Wang's not playing D&D with us.
Probably not, but I'm saying like guys like that. Okay?
It sounds like work fun. Like it sounds like work at like the work throws a bowling alley event. And you're like,
Okay, so you're doing that thing where I know you enjoy entertaining people. You understand the basic premise of entertainment.
It's not streaming. It's like me just being normal. It's not making an entertainment.
That's what a fucking radio show is. That's what this is.
No, that's not what this is. This is like played up to 10.
And you can do a little of that during the fucking D&D thing, but now it's like there is structure. The structure is the DM being like, a dragon enters. You go, okay, how would I react to this in a funny and interesting way? What would my character do? Literally collaborative storytelling for a man who writes scripts and books and argues with me about the correct fucking pitch treatment. Okay,
it just seems gay.
It is gay. The act of creating things is gay. It's the gayest fucking thing in the world.
It's not creating anything though. It's just like
it's collaborative storytelling. It's not filler.
It is filler.
Many great projects.
Do you watch them? Do you watch any of these shows?
I've watched.
You have watched. Do you watch any?
Not the current ones.
There you go. Why don't you watch them? Because they're not any good.
No, because they're a bunch of fucking gay theater kids. We would do it fun.
But I don't want to do it fun.
You don't want to do fucking anything.
It doesn't sound like fun.
You don't know that.
I know D&D.
We could do one. We could get a virtual dungeon master. We set up the program.
But you're explaining the win case is something I don't want to do. I don't want to stream 4 hours of D&D.
First of all, it doesn't have to be 4 hours. You can do it
3 hours.
2
hours a night. I don't want to give a night to D&D every week.
We'll do the fucking Trailer Park Boys podcast.
That I'm into.
Now,
I'm willing to do.
If I can get a DM to run a Trailer Park Boys RPG for us and set up a world where we create Trailer Park denizen characters that have to level up and commit petty crimes and alcohol thefts, and you have a meter to track your drug usage. You have to, collect cigarettes, go around town, evade the Canadian authorities. Now, that could be... Just a loose pitch, The whole thing about tabletop role-playing is you can come up with whatever theme you want. We can level up our characters, develop resiliences to different alcohol. Corey and Trevor could show up to give us a mission.
You're telling me
yeah,
that we could do Dungeons and Dragons, Trailer Park Boys,
absolutely,
and Sunnyvale.
Yeah.
And Mr. Leahy would be there?
Yeah, of course. We could have
The good seasons. Season 4,
yeah.
5.
The DM can have Leahy, be an antagonist, perhaps whatever. Anything can happen in the exciting, fast-paced world of role-playing.
And I could be Ricky?
You can be Ricky if you want. Absolutely. You can literally role-play as Ricky. We can come up with a by-the-books adventure in the mystical land
from
of
Hack the
Canada.
Movies can be there?
Yeah.
And Vinny can be there?
You guys can be the characters. And you could run you through. You could be rolling dice to
And we could drink
You have to drink.
virtual drinks?
Yeah, virtual drinks, sure.
God damn it, I'm in.
See, it doesn't have to be, fucking dragons and shit. It could be anything. It's not a bad idea. Honestly, if somebody told you there is a podcast
I would listen
where
to
the guys
every
play
episode. I would
Trailer
listen to
Park
every
Boys
episode.
and they're just rolling dice and going on fucking liquor adventures, you'd probably listen to it. You would enjoy it.
I'm in.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Let's see if there's a way to make it happen. At least we've come to
Okay, you set it
something
up.
you'd be interested in.
Yeah,
let's see
you
what
got
we can
it.
do.
You win.
Jimmy G for 2. Thanks for not killing yourself. Synthetic Shinobi for 2. Thanks for not killing yourself. Synthetic Shinobi for 2. Biggest problem are plane windows not aligning with seats. That is a good problem.
Yeah.
Cardinal Cardinal for 5. Man, I just got to say, we love Vito. We love you, Cardinal. Wet Bandit for 20. On January 15th, 2024, the Trucks Me shirt went live, originally in black heather. XL sold out the same day and never restocked. It's now been over a year since that color size combination has been
Can
sold
you put
out.
it back? Can you fix it?
Okay, explain to me what I need to. You want
Black and heather black and all the
You want
sizes
all
of
the
Trucks
blacks
Me.
and all the sizes.
Yeah.
all the
You
blacks.
need to write that down.
All blacks.
Just go on the fucking site and try to order it. It goes sold out.
Hold
Fix
on,
that.
hold on. Note. Sell blacks. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
LJ Calabrino for 5. Biggest problem is dropping your phone while on the charger and the tip snaps off. Diamond G for 2. Insert Chuck Dix in my ass here. Coup for 5. Thanks for not killing yourselves. Reminder that Aaron lied about being a boxing coach. I got to catch up on that drama before Hackamania.
No, I talked to Carl on my
gonna help us out?
bonus episode. Yeah, and I'm saying I want everybody's help on the biggest problem in the Dabbleverse.
We need
That's
the
what we're
deep
doing.
lore. We need the good moments.
We're not doing our dumb show. We're
No.
doing the biggest problem in the Dabbleverse. All we're gonna fucking talk about.
Yeah, I will say this: if you're coming to Hackamania, also catch yourself up on the Aaron M. Holt lore and the Stuttering John lore.
We need to go, or maybe I missed me on the My Little Piggy show or whatever they have, and get caught up so we can have problems. The biggest problem in Aaron M. Holt, the biggest problem in Stuttering John.
I could do a lot on the Nick Rekieta stuff. I think there's a lot there.
It's a lot changes every day.
A lot changes.
Nick wrote
Well,
Aaron
did
M.
you
Holt
see-
a poem
did
today
you
about
see
eating
his poem
cum.
about.
Yeah. It's nice that Nick is now unrestrained.
So does Aaron M. Holt
from
just
port.
have to? I was gonna say eat it, but he already did that. But can he fire back at Nick Rekieta or no? Because he's not allowed to talk about.
He's too busy jacking off and coming.
Well, yeah, he gets off on it.
Yeah.
So I think don't you lose eternally once your interest in cuckold pornography because it's like, well, you can't be like the alpha guy now because you're like, oh yeah, I let you fuck my wife and I got off on it. Take that, Nick Rekieta. And you're like, man, I think you just got to move on from this topic.
I don't know. He said Carl said he was challenging me to a boxing match.
You? Aaron?
He challenged everybody.
Yeah, Aaron M. Holt wanted to box everyone at Hackamania, and then he started going, well, you guys are pussying out. I got a gym that's ready to do it, but you guys got to sign a release. And
I'll sign the release.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
But I think it turned out that he was...
But I'm going to come out and punch him in the balls. Or kick him in the balls. I'll take the point. I'll take the DQ on my record.
Yeah.
I'll sign all the forms. I'll take all the physicals. But if Aaron's a bitch and he doesn't want to have that fight because he's too scared...
I think that...
but I'm telling you this. I promise I'm going to come out and punch you this style right in the testicles. And if I miss, I will do it again.
Mortal Kombat style uppercut.
I'm only going below the belt.
Yeah,
my record will be 0-1, disqualification, criminal misconduct.
This is a problem that maybe I need to say it, but it's the fake boxing match.
So if you're too much of a bitch,
okay, it's like again, Yellow Flash was like, I want to fight you, and I was like, this is retarded. And then Ralph wanted to fight me last week for some reason. Ralph said, we're going to have 8-pound gloves, and we're going to do 8 rounds. And I said, I challenge Ethan Ralph to a tickle fight. And he's like, oh.
I saw it was funny.
I know, because I'm like, Ellie, what are you doing? We're not going to
You got to calm down,
Shut
man.
the fuck
Come
up.
on,
I have no
come
reason
on.
to box you. All right, Britsman for 2. Who the fuck is Dick Moosterson to lecture about addiction? He got you there.
Wait a minute. Dick Moosterson?
That's pretty, they're really nailing you to the wall.
No, that's one of our fans.
I know.
That's the
our
difference.
guy.
That's the difference.
I know Britsman's one of our guys.
This whole time, I was like, how come no one can think of anything funny with this?
Well, yeah, because
shit?
they just keep going juju, and I'm like, you guys got to get something else here. There's nothing here.
It means, like, it has a lot of connotations, guys. It doesn't mean, like, people don't hear it and think. When I say Eric July's illiterate, people, in their mind, they're not thinking the word illiterate.
That's very true.
They're thinking something else.
Jab City for 10 Australian since crying. Get 100K for a late comic. Vito's been big leaguing his friends, guests, and fans. He doesn't chat with his Vitophile fans in the Discord and takes them for granted.
Oh, you do take them for granted.
I don't know how to chat on Discord very well. Send me a direct message and say hi.
Pedophile friendly. Are you sure
The only messengers I use is Twitter. Like, if you don't send me a message on Twitter, I don't see it. Sometimes I try to pop into the Discord, but
Yeah.
I get confused because there's a bunch of different rooms. So I'm like, do I got to go in general? I got to go in the Vitophile room.
Those two, yeah.
Yeah, I tried.
There you go. You nailed it.
I know, but what, I got to do it every fucking day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Diamond G for 2. Honor the $65 super chat from last week for Fog. I didn't plug it in. I'm sorry. Cardinal for 5. Shout out to our good friend, that's niggardly niggler, always making us look inward. El Clavarino for 5.
Inward. I get
Which
it.
is worse, big medical denying health claims for big fire denying home protection.
Dude, that fire insurance shit is fucked, but also, I don't know. I get it. The insurance company's like, your state is not cleaning up this brush. You're living in a fucking disaster zone. What do?
You can't really insure.
It's like the guys whose houses fall in the ocean. They're like, well, dude, don't build your house next to the fucking ocean. What do you want me to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
How are you
like,
going to insure, like, earthquake? Like, the whole state was knocked down. Can we have some money?
can we have
Like,
some money? It's like, no, there's
no.
not enough to go around. No, you're fucked.
It's
I'm
not
sorry.
really. You can't have an insurance that, like, goes up over time.
Yeah.
Like, people with, you know what I mean? Like, it should be like, yeah, it's this much now,
Right.
and then it goes down over time. The house isn't the house. This house is worth the same to me forever. You guys, you can't price insurance.
Here's
like that,
here's another
whatever.
thing about the fires is I've been like seeing videos of guys who are like, well, they told everyone to evacuate, but I just stayed here with my hose and put out any fires that got near my house.
And
I'm like,
it worked.
Yeah, it absolutely worked. And I'm like, I feel like if you're in a fire, or like one guy just put sprinklers on his roof. He's like, I just
My neighbor's mom did that, and it worked.
Yeah.
She evacuated. She put that shit.
She just had the sprinklers running on top.
She came back. Hers was the only house that survived. It's like, why don't you guys give us
Bro.
like $8 sprinklers?
Yeah, why'd the fucking fire department not say like, hey, yeah, just run the fucking hose before you leave or something? I mean, I don't know how much water if there's enough for every house, but it kind of seems like if you're in that fire area, I don't know, have a shit ton of sandbags to like fucking keep the brush away.
I did plug it in.
Oh, good work.
I had it plugged in all week.
It does seem like one of those things where if I was living in that area, I'd be like, well, you know, I don't know, I'm gonna do something about this.
El Claver, oh yeah, Jacob Ceresia for 800. Hello, Sar. Juju the cow shirt win. In India, we worship cows.
We could have a cow and pig shirt hanging out.
$8 for that.
Problem is you're two different animals. You're also the trickster rabbit god of the animal kingdom.
The horse doesn't get enough attention, though.
The horse?
Ralph
That's true, the
was reading all
horse?
text. I was like, wait a minute, there's a horse in there. How come? Wait a minute.
It's a lot of animal
Wait
stuff
just a minute.
A lot
Hold
of
on.
animal
Columbo
stuff
bags.
going
Wait a
on.
minute. A what? Black Crimson for 5. Thanks for the snacks and thanks for not killing yourselves. Cameron for 2. Put the Blow Black's doll on a cross.
I'm going to have to put tits on it in about a couple months, it seems like.
J. Rob Detailing Ireland for 5. Hello, gents. I'm detailing tomorrow, so I'll miss the live show. I'm going to get some sleep, and then I'll listen during work as always. Cheers.
J-Rob, send me some examples of your detailing. I want to see it.
Mike Hunt for 10. The Superior Lynch Dune movie didn't explain it well, but the reason people have miraculous powers is because they developed their minds and bodies after thinking machines were outlawed.
Is that
Rip
part
Lynch.
of Dune?
Sure, everything's part of Dune. Whatever you can
I
imagine
found my
is
copy
in
of Dune again. And
Lawrence
I'm like, I remember why I didn't read this the first time.
Lawrence Devaney for 2. Leave Maddox alone. Oh, I know.
That poor guy, he got his joke stolen.
Oh, yeah, that.
His joke that anyone could have come up with and probably did.
Yeah, that people have been saying since the beginning of time. I'm going to eat more meat to make up for the vegetarians.
At what point as a comedian do you go, well, that joke's 20 years old. I'm no longer going to claim ownership over it.
When you haven't made a joke in 20 years.
Yeah. Dude,
we'll find out when Maddox stops crying about Reddit stealing his shitty one-liner.
I remember when Rodney Dangerfield famously would call up guys who he heard saying, I get no respect, and you go, hey, that's my thing.
That's my
thing. Jacob Ritchie for 2. Climate change caused the Gaia's Cradle fire.
Yeah.
Enormous Stitz for 5. I like that. Ballsy move by the pirate to find a treasure trove of Pokemons, and the very next week make card burning a bit on the show. Vito, you can get even. Chef Boyardee for 2 says black people. You know how to make me laugh. Jeff City for 5.
Oh, that's funny.
Just
that's not boring.
Well, it's
black people.
Just get on the scale for $50 a toy. Vito, why feel shame over some numbers when we all see your fat carcass on the camera already? Elite Komodo for 2. Rip card. Shut up. Ben Shaw for 5. Rich, you say so RC incorrect. What is this word?
That's Eric July's new comic. Source.
Oh, also for all your corrections on champing at the bit, you get hemming and hawing raw every time Vito is
hemming
large.
and hawing? What is it?
Hemming and hawing. That sounds correct to me.
Okay.
Humming and humming.
Yeah, hemming and hemming. That's what we
I keep all my hems in the glove department. Dick Paninsky for 556. Hey, Balder, enjoy the night. Silver the Cold Steel for 5. My God, how is this possible? Superkiller's still not out, and Vito's still the size of a house. Now that's the biggest problem in the universe. Vito's Gaia's Cradle for $14.99 Australian. Vito, how could you let Dick do this to me? All you had to do was get on the scale. Now I'm burnt in half. Clip Sama for 2. Biggest problem, barnyard party when?
All day, man. As soon as the cameras are off.
Next time we have a live show, Bona, you get $1 off drinks if you wear a cow costume. How's that? Yeah, a cow, a rabbit, or a pig, I think.
Fad for
100 somethings. Vito, go make a voice-over video for the people storming a shop to fight the Pokemon card. We did watch that video. Biggest movie fight in the universe when? Maybe we should have Alex Signore. Well, Alex Signore used to do a thing called Movie Fight. I forget what the format was. Utah-based Armenia for 5. The government did jack shit to protect people from the fire, but they deployed the National Guard to protect the fire from Vito. It's true. They kept me away. NGR lover.
Hey. Yeah, wonderful.
Neon Genesis or Evangelion for 2. I truly love you. Okay. Big Smoke for 50 says, I hope it's a mother's milk.
Oh, me too.
Get on the scale.
Me too. I hope it's not that
NGR for 5.
Card.
Vito is a gain net. Okay. Everyone's trying to get me to say a word. Dead Saint Fembo for 2. As an artist fan of Charlie Hebdo's Elon series. I haven't seen it, actually.
He looks like a pig.
That's funny. I'm glad those guys are going strong. Dean Shock for 5. Vito discovers the beauty of art at the tender weight of 400 pounds. Thanks for the laughs, boys. Royston Bailey for 2. Global warming is real, and we've got nothing to do with it. Dick Paninsky for 556 because garbled audio.
Oh,
Royston S. Bailey for 2 says Vito read Albert Camus. Ooh, The Stranger. Think about that.
I think it's pronounced Camus.
I think I'm not French, so I can say it however I want. It's a fucking F-slur country anyway. Crunch Knox for 5. Vito, it's so brave of you to have opinions without any research.
Yeah.
Dick Paninsky for 556. Pre-order Vito's brand new comic, Fuck Scales.
Scales. Yeah, the anti-dieting book. That sounds cool.
Grr, 3009 for 5. Please invite Carl Jobst on the show to explain to Dick why grading is a scam. I want Carl to come back. That would be good. For 2, he says, guaranteed Vito mispronounces Camus or Camus?
It's Camus.
Camus.
The Stranger?
Yeah.
The author of The Stranger?
I have a copy of The Stranger.
Do you,
I got like 10 pages in. I went, I know all this. I come buckets for 5. Remember when Vito rejected the gay twinks live-in twink offer? That's why Vito's jealous of Milo.
Oh, yeah, I bet that
guy still keeps me updated on his twink lifestyle, though. He's building
nice of him.
A giraffe fursuit currently.
A draft? What?
He's a
beer?
Like a giraffe furry. I think it's a giraffe. Maybe it's a bear.
Oh, a giraffe.
Yeah.
Like a giant neck?
It looks like Jeffrey from Toys R Us with huge tits, which is kind of scarring in a way.
Is my fursona supposed to be a
lady cow?
A lady cow or a boy cow?
Well, they put udders on it, so it has to be a lady cow, right?
How is it a furry, but it's got no tits then?
Well,
how's my cock getting milked? As 6 cocks?
I don't know. That's why you stick with the horse. The horse is good.
Well, yeah, okay.
So anyway, our fans are out there figuring it out.
Giraffe.
Dick is on his own Ferdsona journey right
I
now.
I got a bunch of them.
We'll see where that goes.
Crunch Knocks for 2. How much to watch y'all bang? That's not where you put the apostrophe in y'all,
than $2.
Cardinal Cardinal for 2. Vito, did you grow up in an area that was seedy?
No.
Cardinal for 5. Seedy's nuts.
Nailed it. He nailed it. He got us with the twofer.
You got us. You got us, Cardinal, you scallywag.
Frank Lucas for 5. Vito freaking out like a woman parallel parking every time the hammer comes out. Doesn't correlate with a normal childhood. You guys do not understand how heavy that hammer is. Shoebox Kingdom for 5. Maga Vito is the only acceptable Vito. You look good in the hat, but I feel bad for it. Imagine how much Vito head scum is all over it. Probably a lot. Johnny Rocket for 5. Last week, Milo said on Twitter he just recovered from 2 months of pneumonia.
Oh, is that how long pneumonia takes when you've got the AIDS? 2 months.
And pneumonia was the name of the guy whose dick was trapped in his mouth.
I just recovered from pneumonia, a drag queen that dumped me because we have incompatible types of AIDS.
Penny Pneumonia. She's an excellent entertainer.
He found out about my political activism and saw how lame it was.
I wasn't watching the camera. Does he have a live-in trans girlfriend?
Wife.
And he claims he never ate poop.
He's poop all the time.
He's
eating poop off dicks.
If you're in the gay community that long, at some point, a guy had you eat his butt. I'm sure. And Milo, you did it. Look at you. Enormous Stitz for 2. Biggest problem is Rekka Stingers. No,
his lockjaw is so bad he can't even blow black guys anymore.
That's why he had to quit.
That's why he had to quit. That's why he had to go straight.
Oh, darling, give me that BBC. Come on, you can shove it in, darling.
The coke really, rubbed away at his teeth. So
I think it's meth.
You think it's meth?
Because his thought pattern. People on coke get very reserved and they make outbursts, talking like that. And his thoughts are just disjointed and wackadoo.
Did he become, so the gay thing is he's trying to cover from his nervous drug energy, but you're like, no, you're just on something.
Yeah.
That makes you
diazepam.
insufferable.
I don't think it's ketamine.
Might be some
He would be blasted out.
some prescripted nonsense. Crunch Knocks for 2. How many nickels can you hold in your butt and run?
I don't know. Probably $2
That's
worth.
a good question. I could fit a lot.
Don't they kind of hold themselves?
I got a big ass. I
can.
could fit a lot of nickels in there, I think.
Micon for 5. Biggest.
Are you allowed to use the butthole though, or it has to be between the
then
cheeks? Then you can fit
then I
a
could
million
just swallow
nickels.
them.
Then you can take a whole roll and just lube it up. And
Biggest problem is Seth Rogen straight up plagiarizing a scene from Trains, Planes, and Automobiles in Ted 2. It's not a reference. It's comedy.
did Seth Rogen make Ted too?
I don't know. Drunken Atheist Studio for 2.
I think he meant Seth MacFarlane, not Seth Rogen.
Mac has that insufferable Nancy Grace accent.
Shout out to Drunken Atheist Studio, who put together some of our clips recently.
My Comfort 10 in the New Zealand TV show 7 Periods with Mr. Gormsby, the British teacher has his Maori students do blackface and sing a
Don't
tune.
say that.
You couldn't make that show today. That's true. Crunch Knocks for 2. Vito, is your shitter bright pink or dirty brown?
I think it's pretty.
Your toilet?
I have a very clean butthole because I take a lot of showers.
Oh, you're talking about your anus. Okay.
Well, yeah. Why would my toilet be bright
It's not
pink?
Why would your asshole be bright pink?
Because you wash it. I wash my butt.
My Cunt for 5. Sorry, it was tuned.
Stop saying that word.
Haka. So the Haka is done in blackface. New Zealand.
I was going to say, did you see when Milo tried to
red
compare us to some British TV show only he's heard of?
Absolutely
He's
fabulous.
Like, you guys ripped off Ting Tong's Mr. Pippy Chips. And I'm like, no one
And
knows.
I used to watch that show. I was getting my ass fucked by my priest and another priest and all these priests that I love. And I absolutely loved it, darling. Don't let you think otherwise. Ooh, penis, come up the ass, in the ass,
I'm like,
in your mouth, come.
So your big gets are, you're a cow, I'm a pedophile, and we ripped off some British show no one's ever heard of. Sounds like a winning podcast formula to me, man.
I don't understand how Nick Fuentes survived this
Survived that
onslaught.
biting commentary.
Jillian
Wong.
1 for 10. Speak in Crocodile Hunter accent. I actually made Shed Brooks' Australian. Claudia Black accent. His type of Australian accent is considered more sophisticated. Speaking Asian.
Oh, he's Australian.
suck.
That explains why he's so fucking sheltered. Johnny Rocket 5 looks like Trump's banishing Vivek to Ohio for running his mouth.
Good.
Yeah,
Ohio,
Cardinal
India.
for 5. Yeah.
Ohio is a gay massage parlor in Bangladesh that he's sending him to.
He's sending him to Japan. Ohio! At the Strawberry Slumber Party, playing Candyland with the Slytherin Sandman, these were not crim pills. He keeps casting Katub. Oh, you almost got me.
I almost got him. I
geeked.
knew that was coming.
Boss Hog gives us some money. Thank you.
Thank you.
Teo for 5. Cernovich has been ducking up with his Gen X bullspit. Yeah, Cernovich's really on the get a job at Panda Express train. I've tried to bite my tongue because he does follow me.
I love Cernovich.
I don't know why. I don't know if he still follows me.
He knows what's going on, so I trust him. But
he loves Max Cool. Chef Boyardale for 5. Who up Strogan de Beef right now?
I'm stroking the beef right now.
Brendan Swam for 5. $330K mortgage, $2,700 payment, $40K salary tradesman. Wife has a master's and works at a daycare. We just can't have kids yet. Impossible.
Yeah.
Rex Sexton for 5. Never thought fry cook would join the GOP's list of noble occupations. Plumber, electrician, police officer, firefighter.
Their occupations are getting worse every year. It used to be, well, you could be a plumber, you could be a tradesman. You should be a fry cook.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be rooting around for milk in the garbage. That you could do that. Don't whine so much.
Why did I think? Why Panda Express of all the places? You know,
because he just typed. It's the first time ever in his life he typed in job ad.
Yeah.
On Google.
Hot Fart Dingledorf for 5. Shout out to my boy Nicola. Okay. Hot Fart Dingledorf for 2 has a emoji of a penis.
Coming.
Says, I'm coming. Penis. Ulim Ovid. I have no idea. For 20. All right, Dick. As a Gen Xer, would you say you've experienced the success you have now more due to your luck or your skill? I'm not trying to be a smartass. I'm genuinely interested in your sentiment on this matter.
I mean, you don't know. You don't know where it comes from.
Well, the honest thing to say is to say, obviously, it's not like I'm retarded. Like, I had to acquire some level of skills and marketability and whatever. It's not like you can't do anything. You know?
What does that matter? Everybody can do things. Who knows if it was luck?
I'm saying that it's these guys who go, oh, it's all hard work. And I go, no, I can point at the time that I met this guy named Dick Masterson, and I saw he had a big Patreon, and I said, how do I get a piece of that?
Mm-hmm.
And I slowly wormed my way into his heart.
Yeah.
And took over half his podcast, and now I own 50% of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just do that.
Luck.
Just hitch your wagon to somebody else's star.
Pineapple Man for 5.
Wait for Riley to sneak you in.
I mean, even if you think it's all you, just don't ever say it. Like, don't ever be the guy who's like, yeah, I got here because all just 100% hard work. That's all it was, 100% hard work.
Give
it's
good
so
advice.
annoying.
And the good advice is not get a job at Panda Express. Say, listen, in today's very competitive, cutthroat environment, you do have to develop certain skills, but it's very important to cultivate relationships. Here's, relationships I cultivated that helped me along the way. Like, at no point, that's the thing, they're giving advice
talking about relationships.
Well, I think...
Talking about Panda Express.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying is, what they should be saying is, like, obviously guys like, I don't know. I don't know who exactly to point at because I don't know everybody's history. But in my life, I've found that the pathway to getting to where you want to be is finding guys who are like, in the field you're interested in and being useful to them,
Okay.
Not you, shut up. But I'm saying, like, when I wanted to work in the game industry, they were like, oh, well, we're starting up a new thing. We need, like, some trailers made or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. Like, whatever. Or, like, when I was getting into comedy, I was the guy who would just film everybody's set.
Yeah.
I just brought my camera to every, like, stand-up thing, and I filmed everybody's set, and I gave them a copy of it. And I made a lot of friends in comedy that way. Just be useful and helpful and have skills that are valuable.
Okay.
And don't be the guy who just tells everybody, well, we should all just get jobs at Panda Express, bro.
Pineapple Man for 5. Shout out to Backus Schmidt. I made a 3D model in Blender of Donkey Kong, except with Jimmy Neutron's head. I call him Jimmy Kong. I'm animating a video soon. That's tremendous. Sir Seat Sitter for 2. Welcome back, Maga Hat Vito. Claptrap the Destroyer for 5. Good Lord, Melanie Mac is so dumb. Yeah. Crunch Knocks for 7. Vito, when you squirt, is it a hot country gravy? JJ for 5. Most of the games or porn people have honest-to-God sexual dysfunctions. Chef Boyardee for 2. Had real piss driblets at school the other day. Well, that's not the problem, so don't vote it up if you're voting for piss driblets. Jerry and Coke for 10. Great show, Dixon Beats.
Thanks, Jerry and Coke.
What else do we got here?
Anyone who tells you the path to success is to get a shitty job at Panda Express is a bad person. Honestly, the best message is you're probably fucked. Like, you're probably fucked. And when Melanie Mac tells you stop sitting around jerking off she's a bitch and a whore, and you should absolutely keep jerking off. It doesn't matter.
Benjamin for 10. Biggest problem is MAGA grifters. Vito gets a pass, but it just broke that Snoop Dogg will be performing at the inauguration. Oh, fuck off. He hated Trump his first term, shot him dead in a video. Shaking my head. Yeah, Snoop.
What was I
I'm
gonna
so
say?
fucking tired of Snoop Dogg.
Did you see Hulk Hogan getting booed at a? I was like, what did you think was gonna happen?
In
Did you
LA?
see that video?
Yeah.
He comes to LA and he's like, hey, you guys remember how I was like campaigning for Trump like crazy? Hey, and everybody in LA is like, what the? Get the fuck out of here! I'm like,
Get
yeah,
outta
dude, you
here.
picked a lane. Like, what did you think?
Yulim Uvochlachi.
Look, we all all the
20.
leftists secretly like Trump, but we still have to boo you in public. Come on.
Well, it's Hulk Hogan. Fuck Hulk Hogan.
He's kind of
He fucked everyone over. Fuck him.
He did.
They
fuck a
all
lot
know
of
that he
people
fucked
over.
everyone over.
Yeah.
Recall back when Eric was heebing and jeebing about Vito and Dick making fun of him. He said he'd air them out. Then to calm down his white audience, he said, that just mean air out like talk it out. Shit, don't mean nothing. Yeah, he did say that. I remember.
He always has a new interpretation of what he said.
Frank, 12 for 5. Why does Vito think there's more layers to every simple thing? I don't know. The Jerry and Coke
I
for
see
10.
beyond the veil, man.
Too drunk, but biggest problem in the universe is power steering failure in your shitbox winter car. Good bicep workout every morning and afternoon, though. Too cheap to fix, only to be scrapped. Rip Buick. Captain Cheese for 5. Sean agreed to try D&D on his own show, and then the next week he left the Dick Show. Choose your words wisely.
Is that true?
Yeah. Dean Shock.
You think we get Sean back to do a fucking D&D?
No. Use a really simple
Aw.
RPG system like Savage's Worlds, okay? Other than for 2, I love Cardinal. Other than for 2, not we. The Jerry and Coke for 10, I would pay $20 to see Dick play Jim Lim
I feel like Leahy's got to be an NPC. I don't think any player
no one could play
be
Jim
Leahy.
Leahy.
The DM has to be Leahy.
Yeah, other end for 2, just I. Zeta Quincel for 2. Vito, fill up that Bo Black's plush with your baby goo.
No.
Big Boss for 2. Would you ever have DSP on as a guest on the show? Yeah, I guess so. I don't
He
really
could call in for a second, but
I don't really get him or care about it. It's like the Chris Chan thing.
well, it's just like after you've watched. There's some guys who are just there, you know. So
Yeah.
DSP started streaming before anybody else started streaming, and he did it every day. And now it's
Oh.
like, I watch this retarded guy stream games every day. Why is he entertaining? Nope, but he's there.
Yeah. This guy for 5 says it's a bad word. Michael Feed for 5. Anemic Joe Dirt trying to be relevant. His fans in the Facebook group dead naming Richard. Is it 2017? I don't know.
Who's anemic
Shitlips
Joe
for
Dirt
5.
here?
That D's nuts was incredible. It was great. Aspartame brain tumor for 2. Vito, you get an A+++ rank in Golden Axe.
No, I have not.
Dayman for 2. I would also listen to every episode and subscribe. Dungeons and Dragons and Trailer Parks. Dungeons and Dragons.
You want a
and
Vito
Sunny-
childhood story
What?
about Golden Axe?
What?
I got a good story.
You have a
Well,
story
people
about
like
Golden
hearing
Axe?
stories about my my fucked up childhood experiences. So, you know, my dad ran Domino's Pizza.
Right.
So the local roller rink, they had they sold Domino's Pizza. So we had
Okay.
like a little deal with them to deliver Domino's pizzas there.
Sure.
And then they had a thing where they had a Golden Axe arcade machine, and they were going to give it to whoever had the most tickets at the end of the month. So my dad look, I'm not gonna it's like we played it fair, but he kind of had an advantage in that we figured out how he was in there all the time. So we could go in, you know, they had one of those coin dumper games where like if you shoot it, it'll dump the coin, you get a shit ton of tickets.
Sure.
So he's at the roller rink every day.
Get winning tickets.
Yeah, winning tickets.
Well, he just won then.
Yeah, but I felt really bad because the kid who came in second, like, it was an actual child competing against an adult who's in the roller rink every
Fuck
day
that
as part of
kid.
his job. And, like, I'm like, well, it is kind of cool that we won a Golden Axe arcade
Yeah.
machine, but, like you're here every day. Like, you have kind of more, it's like if the guy.
What are you talking
But
about?
I'm saying it's like if the guy at the roller rink won it, it would be kind of fucked
yeah,
up.
but your dad's going there for business purposes.
He's going there for business
He
purposes.
probably won it for
And
you.
then he would stop
and
in
you're
yeah, I
you're
know it was
fucking
cool.
Ungrateful. Like
I'm not
usual.
ungrateful. I just remember seeing the look on the other kid's face because he's like, I have so many tickets. There's no way I'm not going to win an arcade machine. And then my dad, who just every day is there, and he goes
Fuck
to the
him.
arcade.
He did this for you.
I know, but he had like a business relationship. I feel like we should have been exempted from
So
the
give it back.
contest.
Give it
I already
back. Then.
sold it years
Yeah,
ago.
you sold it. Yeah. Classic Vito.
But we did have a Golden Axe.
Not
arcade
only am I
machine.
ungrateful, but I'm also not gonna make
I
restitution.
feel like it was against the spirit of the competition for a vendor
Okay.
to be collecting up arcade tickets.
You know what that means?
Arr.
No, what does that mean?
After a very special episode last week, we're back for everyone's favorite. What's the game where we smash all the toys? The man who treats about the boys. The box, you know you want it. So get on the scale or I smash it to shit. Vito's party, Vito's party, Vito's party, Vito's booty.
Don't rush it.
You see that I've got
You always rush the bit.
big Vito's booty
I know,
here.
I know.
And it could be a tiny thing
You
in
try
there.
to filibuster me. You try to like get me all in my head by talking over me and playing that stupid drum sound effect. Okay?
It's to increase your anxiety.
Okay,
Arr.
shut up. Here's the deal.
Arr.
Here's the deal. I know your mentality. I know your.
You said you're
going to
save up for a reveal, so I put something really good in here because I knew you weren't getting on the scale.
You're such an asshole. So here's what I think is: don't play the fucking drum. Look,
It's 5 drum rolls, and then you have to.
I think you in
it's
your
either
head.
going
Here's
to
what
a
I
rainy
said. I
deep.
said he goes. Well, I burned something so good last time that Vito
Was that
must
good?
Vito must know that I wouldn't burn 2 great things in a row. So that means I'm going to put something great in there because he's definitely not going to do it now.
Arr. But then what?
I don't care. I'll just get on the scale. Who cares?
What about your big reveal?
I don't care
What
anymore.
happened to the big reveal, though?
Well, it's over. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
You're gonna be glad you did.
Good. Great. It's going to be 2 mother's milk.
No, I promise.
Oversized mother's milk. Backwards.
He put it backwards. He did. He put the scale backwards. Yo ho, yo ho. The scale is backwards for me. Da 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 da. Last one was 289.9. This time is maybe this could be your big reveal.
What?
How long were you gonna make us wait for the big reveal?
Oh, whatever. I don't care anymore.
It's
289.9?
It was 289.9. Now it's 288.1.
So it's 1.8 pounds.
1.8 pounds.
So basically nothing.
Pretty good.
No, it's
Better
not.
than going up.
All right, whatever.
Well, you're going to be glad that you did.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
in
It's
this
a giant
box,
Funko Pop, I'm sure.
I have something very special for
Will you just open it? Do I really got to reach for it? Just pull it out yourself. This is so retarded.
Here it is. Really special prize.
It's actually big.
that you got. It's actually big, and it's a
Okay,
giant
great.
Funko
I'm
Pop,
glad.
like
It's a
you
giant
thought that
Funko
it was
Pop.
gonna be.
I can't believe somebody wasted the time to mail this stupid
It's a
fucking
Hulk
thing.
smash. It's a Hulk Ragnarok Funko Pop. Arr. That's the show, everybody.
I thought I was going to get a magic card.
What a great.
I got a Hulk Funko
Maybe
Pop.
there's a magic card in it.
There's not. I know there's not. There's nothing. There's never anything in any of these. It's all retarded.
What do you mean? That's got to be a special. I've never seen a Funko Pop like that big before.
Is there actually? There's nothing in here. Why are
There
you
might-
making me open it?
There might be something in there.
Oh my god.
I didn't put anything in there, but maybe someone at the factory put something in there.
Nothing in here. You're being retarded. Guys, vote on all the problems or something. None of this matters. Who cares? I just want to watch.
How much do you think that thing's got to be worth? At least 4 or
20
5.
bucks probably.
How much is a regular Funko Pop worth?
I don't care.
Maybe it's
I just want to go watch houses burn. Guys, don't forget I'll be streaming some video games tonight. Whatever. Come on over to the channel. We'll redirect you. Thanks to all our top supporters. Anything else I need to know about other than my crushing disappointment? At least I didn't have to watch you smash that fucking thing with that giant hammer. That's one reprieve.
You want to do the Pokemon cards next week?
Oh, no, we should do the Pokemon cards.
People didn't pay enough money.
You can't wait a week. You're going to wait a week?
I don't care. I could wait forever.
Can't you do half of it? Can we do one of them?
No, you got to do them all.
Let me do one.
You have to do all of them.
Why?
You can't do one.
Yeah, we can do one per show.
Nah, because then it's not going to be fun the next time. One per show.
Let
Take
me
a
look at the
year or
paper.
No.
You already know. You already looked.
I didn't look.
When are you going to reveal what gender your cow baby is?
I don't know.
That's another exciting reveal.
Another exciting reveal.
I guarantee if we don't do it on this show, we're never going to remember to do it. We always say we're going to do a bit later, and then we don't do the bit. Why don't you just do the bit?
People should have paid for it then.
They forgot. You forgot.
Nobody wanted to pay for it.
No, you didn't say they had to pay for it.
It was implied.
Tell us what grade you got. Okay, if you don't tell us what grade we got, you got to tell people how we're going to do it on the next show, so we actually do it.
If they give enough money, I'll
how
know
much
if it's
did they
enough.
give? They already gave money.
I'll
Let
know
me
if
see.
it's enough. I'll know if it's enough.
Hold on. Nobody's so retarded.
I have a number in my head.
Let me see how much have we already got. I guess it doesn't tell me.
Wait, what was that guy saying about Trailer Park Boys?
There's a lot of people saying a lot of stuff about Trailer Park Boys.
The Trailer Park Boys D&D idea was posted on Reddit 7 years ago.
Oh,
Did
I guess
they
we shouldn't do it then.
Did they do it?
I don't know. Maybe somebody made rules for it.
Really?
So
What does
maybe,
this say?
Maybe there's rules out there.
Okay. That's a cool Funko Pop they're saying.
Iliad says I'm going to cancel my Patreon over not doing the card grading reveal.
What's the Patreon at now?
I don't know.
If
Patreon's over 10,000 again because I juiced the numbers to my $6 sneaking.
Okay, do the reveal.
Let's just see one of them. It'll be fun.
No, do all of them.
Yeah, let's do all of them. All right, am I doing it?
No, do it next week. Do it next
Shut the
week.
fuck up.
Do it next week. I already killed the stream. Do it next week. Vito, do it next week. You have to build up some suspense for this.
I'm going to read one.
No, don't. If you read one, I'm going to read all of them on my own.
I'm going to read one.
No, that's dumb.
Well, then should I not look at it?
I already told you what you should do. Do it next week. You are just impatient.
Yeah, I want to know.
So put that inside.
Oh, my God. Fine. This is his fault. I try to do bits on the show. For Dick always...
It's not a bit to just reveal it for nothing. You gotta hype it.
I'm sorry you paid $65 for fog and you plug in the machine. Oh, jeez. Oh, you gotta get more money.
And then I did.
You're such an idiot. All right. You know what my favorite part of American Idol is? When they go, and at the end of the show, we're going to tell you one. And they go, you know what? Fuck you.
No, they don't. They
Eat a
tell you
dick.
next week.
Sometimes,
that isn't what they do.
Sometimes they tell you.
Yeah, they tell you next week.
Yeah, and then next week you come in and they actually do it. You talk
No, and then they do more messing around. Whoa!
Next week we'll do the Pokemon card reveals.
No, I will release those New Year's Eve pictures at the Hoot Nanny.
You should.
If Nell does one push-up.
One push-up.
A real push-up. Tits on the ground, and then all the way up.
Yeah.
Boom. Pictures
I think
released.
you got a good bit there.
Pictures released with timestamp. New Year's Eve.
I just want to see how fat Null is. I would love to see a picture of how fucking fat
guys
that
can do
guy
push-ups.
is. It's true.
Okay, well, maybe next week if we get a little more money.
PSA 6. I didn't
What?
read it. I didn't see it.
That better not be a PSA 6.
It's probably a 6. It would be funny if I know. I should take this.
Now I can read you like a book, though.
No, you can't.
You didn't even believe that.
I'm just reading the notes here. Oh, my God. It costs a lot to get shit graded. Jesus Christ.
That's a good sign. That means they were worth a lot.
They charge you based on the value, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how much you got charged?
No.
I do.
Was it a lot?
Do you want to know the number of how much they charge you for your grading, or
No,
does
it's
that
too
give
close.
too much away?
No, I'll
Okay.
know. I'll be able to figure it out.
$10 million!
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
Dick spiking the bid again. It would probably be boring to read this, right? That's the problem.
No, it's just people don't want it enough. Look, everyone type if
it
you
would
want.
probably be boring.
If you want us not to open it next week, press 1, and if you want us to open it now, type the first
Say, "I'm
line of
gay."
the Constitution,
Yeah.
the first 4 lines of the Constitution.
Next week, everybody. This is his fault. Why do you guys reward this pirate in his stupid bit? You give him money to dress up like a pirate, and he just fucks you every time.
I got everyone
Hey, wait,
this time.
One other thing. Did you? What about the Imam? Was that a thing? Or are we saving that too?
Well, I got to do it next week now because there was no call to prayer.
Next week, a very special Pokemon-based episode. All
See,
sorts
they're
of
saying
Pokemon
one.
next week.
They're saying 1 next week.
Next week.
Next week. All right.
Next
goodbye.
week, all the Pokemons. Come on by the stream. Bye-bye.